I'm a slithering because I'm a snake. I'm a
I
slithery
thought you were gonna say
snake.
you're a slut.
How about?
I'm
I
a
mean, hey.
slithering slut.
I'm a slithering slut. I know a couple people like
Gryffindor.
that.
Gryffindor, Slithering, Hufflepuff, Ravenloft.
Fucking basic.
Raven whore.
Fucking got me. Alright, I'm ready to start. Shall we?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
What have you got to share with the class, Hunter?
I have nothing to share with the class. I was just being a butt.
Oh, okay. Are we just gonna have like a
Okay.
minute of silence for the queen?
Real quick, yes. Real quick. What? For the queen? No.
That was a month ago.
Never too late. Go on, Nick.
Anyway, do you remember back in like the school days, like if you brought something in and you shared it with like a couple people, like the teacher would be like, "Did you bring enough for the rest of the class?" Well, then I guess you can't, give handouts to your friends. Did your teachers ever do that to you?
Yeah, when
Yes.
I put a piece of gum in my own mouth and I told her to fuck off.
I was a nerd. I never got in trouble in school, but I know what you're talking about.
That was so dumb. I had so many. Okay, remember when Altoids used to have the sour mangoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was the best, and then they stopped. And I'm just saying, I used to hand those out to my friends, and everyone else was like, "Oh, give me some, give me some." I'm like, "No, fuck you. I don't know you. I don't like you."
to play the devil's advocate, I can see what the teacher was doing by being like, "Oh,
I
you should
get
learn
it.
to share," but at the same time, it's like, it's my property, bitch. Like, fucking.
It's my property,
Get off
and
my
they're
back.
my friends.
I mean, like,
I don't go ask, other random people's
I'm gonna be
friends, like,
honest.
"Hey."
oh, I
I
see.
don't know what kind of lessons teachers try to teach with these things, because all it takes is one well-informed child of their civic rights, and it's like they just get so pissed.
That's an American thing.
I mean, that's an
Not everywhere in the world has those.
If you don't know your civic rights, what are you doing with your life?
Well, not
As
everybody.
a child, nah.
I mean, come on. That child deserves a sucker.
Well, I'm not gonna. Okay, fine. Equilibrium. Let's flip the tables then. The teacher brings in like markers for the class and some shit to like help her teach. I'm not gonna go like, "Hey, teach. Do you bring enough to share with the class? Like one for each of us?" No, it's her property. She bought it.
Well, I
What
mean-
civic rights?
It's not her property.
Did I just argue? I think I
Actually,
just
it
argued
is.
your.
It literally is her property if she
It
bought
is her
it.
property. Every teacher has to supply their own items for the. If you want to give them
That's
kids
not true.
Bristol boards, yes, it is.
It's a lot.
In
A
Canada,
lot of
it
them
is.
buy their own stuff.
A
There's
lot
Yes.
of them do, but some schools offer supplementary budgets for teachers, so therefore it's the schools.
Yeah,
Some-
Catholic schools.
Maybe like 10% of schools.
Yeah.
Everyone else is
Anyway, your
suffering.
argument's not fully valid because there's a workaround for it. So
Oh,
John
my
and
God.
participated in
Fuck.
3 out of the 4 school boards in
Alright.
Ontario.
All right, guys.
We're all different.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's play D&D. Where
You know what? I'm gonna be like Julian. I'm just gonna mute myself and just stay neutral like Sweden.
let's do that. We're here to play D&D. Let's get started. I'm gonna stream music. Join if you care. Oh, you guys are already in there. Oh my god!
care.
Every time I see those little eyeballs on the stream, it's like my little disciples have joined the church. Let's go. Let's preach.
I'll go to your seminar.
I'm gay. All right.
I'm gay.
Just like the preacher comes up on the stand.
Quick. No,
Yeah.
it's like quick. Say something gay. I'm gay.
I'm gay. All right.
Okay, let's go.
Upon the shores of the Emerald Gulch, in the sunken grotto of the Black Isles, southeast of Jigao, 10 adventurers raced to claim the champion title in the year's Festival of Merit. As you steadily made your way through the moonlit underwater chamber of the grotto, you faced its dangers and claimed some treasures left behind by those who came before you. With a maroon quintet closing in behind, you rushed forth to claim the Emerald Eye. You arrived at an underwater cave where you encountered a huge shark to whom your prize was bound. Nearly suffering casualties, you fought off the beast and claimed the Emerald Eye for yourselves. Some of you spotted a possible exit on the south and began clawing your way out. The hasty arrival of Ao and her companions provided the final coup de grace to slay the beast. As it thrashed around in its death throes, the dying shark slammed into the stone pillar in the south end of the cavern. The pillar cracked under the force, teetering, and crashed down against the south wall. The wall fractured and collapsed, revealing a passage awash with golden light. Beyond, a cramped passage bent upwards as the tunnel became vertical, At its end, the watery environment gave way to a cavern dotted with trees and pools of water. The walls here are covered in vines of green ivy, interspersed with colorful flowers. Parts of the cavern are open to the skies, where you can see the moons shine down upon a shrine in the center of the chamber. The shrine is surrounded by a sphere of pale light, and upon a crystal pedestal rests a golden pendant attached to a fine golden chain. Hesitant at first, Melina, you approach the jewel and attempt to lift it off the pedestal. At your touch, the golden pendant, its light faded as a spectral figure rose from the amulet, and you witness forth a vision. Pleading for help, the spectre before you bestowed upon you a vision of a realm deep beneath the waters, besmirched by a vermilion corruption. In this pitch dark expanse sat shackled the lone warrior, bound to the ground by these disgusting strands of fleshy crimson substance. Put on something else. Sorry, bear with me. There we go. Just don't want the festival music to go over this. Right. As he raised his gaze to the heavens, you heard him choke out a prayer to the gods, begging them to guide those with the power to save him, to guide them to the sites where he first prayed to them. Then his gaze found yours, and in that brief moment, he cried out to you. By the gods, there you are! My name is Elixion. I am lost in darkness. Long ago I prayed to the Changebringer in the heart of a temple of evil. I beg you, take my jewel, and... But that as he spoke, your consciousness failed you, and as if the pressure of the water were crushing the very life out of you, your senses began to fade into blackness. Alexion's voice is the last thing you hear before you all pass out. Save me, please! As all grows distorted. You awake to find Ao, Irvin, Dermot, and Galsariad attempting to rouse you to consciousness. There is a lingering energy in the air. Glowing remnants of the holy surge from the jewel still linger about. Melina, as your vision comes back into focus, you hear Dermot's voice. Loxod, hear my prayer. Spare the dying and bring back the spirit. Ao, they're waking up. You see Ao's blurred silhouette approach to give you a hand as you rise back onto your feet. Ao says, steady now. Deep breaths. All of you feel ill, as if having ascended too quickly from great depths. You see Galsariad stands by the pedestal, where the golden jewel still rests, glowing softly, ebbing under the moon's light. He has an amused look upon his face, and raising an eyebrow, says, sort of sarcastically, touching the magic artifact with your bare hands, that was really smart. Here, observe, and you see, with an inquisitive expression upon his face, Galsariad casts Mage Hand, and using it to lift the golden pendant up a few inches off the pedestal, he says, how curious. We ought to take this, study it. There's clearly magic bound to the jewel. How much do you figure this will go for? What do you think it's worth? A dozen platinum or two, for sure, says Irvin, as he helps Galvin onto his feet and says, Are you hurt? What do you guys do?
In a little bit of a small panic, coming back to and feeling the rush of the depths and everything hit us. Was it Dermot who was holding me?
Yes.
Okay. I would have a hand firmly on his arm, like gripping tightly and just coming back to, and asking, taking deep breaths. Did you see it? Did you see it too? I could see a man, and he was calling out to us. But did you see it too?
You see uncertainty in his eyes, but he says, I'm not sure what we saw. It was distant, blurred, muffled out as if underwater. But we were there. The vision, it is something divine, for sure. Sent to us from a time past, a realm beyond, I'm not sure. It is as Galsariad says. We ought to take this, study it. It seems important. I don't have answers yet.
Were they talking about fencing it though? Like,
Galsariad was talking about taking it and studying it, and then he asked Irv, what do you figure this is worth? Perhaps kind of getting a second opinion from somebody who knows the worth of things.
Man, is he just mage handing it like in front of him?
Yes. It's still above the pedestal. He's handling it carefully, sort of revolving it in the air to inspect it from all angles. As you two get a good glance at the thing.
I'll ask to see it, but I'll actually want to touch it in my hand again.
He doesn't stop you as you reach out your hand.
Oh, okay. I would go to him and be like, such a thing, it could be precious, worth tens of thousands maybe even, but we can't just fence it so willingly like that. But I mean, I agree, we should learn as much as we can. I'm sure the town has to have something that we can check, like records, or maybe cross-reference some names or something. She just starts to mutter on, just kind of looking it over. I mean, it's possible that I don't recognize any of the engraving, but this could be something long lost. It's been here for how long?
Well, it's not of Kreen origin, says Galsariad. I can tell you that much. I don't recognize this as a symbol for any of the dens or houses, or it's not really of Elvish make either. But I agree. Perhaps you are correct, and has value beyond that of coin. A curious thing. Then let's go. Back onto the pedestal, dispelling mage hand.
Forgive me, I just, there was just so many emotions that I felt coming back too. And I would look around, make sure the rest of my group is, coming to, and I would ask Ao how the rest of the Maroon Quintet is doing.
Looking around, she doesn't mince words. They seem fine, and they seem to have come to consciousness before you lot. As she approaches the pedestal, she says, "We're fine. What interests me is this thing. What exactly it is. If you can help us find answers, that might be the door that opens for us to go through into a new adventure. Something I've been waiting for a long, long time. We have stumbled upon something big here. I can feel it." And her eyes wide with excitement. The message. I heard it. It was muffled at parts and cut off at the very end. But I heard it. Whoever this individual is in trouble and is in need of rescuing. I think I speak on behalf of my entire group to say that hereby we can swear an oath to free this individual from their suffering. And you can just sort of see a collective nod from the Irv and especially the cleric among them, who's now sort of, Dermot is walking about. You guys just checking if anybody's hurt with like a healing spell in his hands prepared. Galseri doesn't seem to listen to Ao much. More focused on his eyes upon the golden amulet. As Dermot is like genuinely concerned, approaches you, Melina, and just says, "Are you hurt? Do you require any healing?"
No, just a couple scrapes and bruises, but I'm okay. I would see how the others are doing. Julian, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm just thinking about what we just saw, the implications of it. When that man in the vision, what was his name again? Alexian? When
It was
he
Alexian.
spoke to us, and when I saw the vision, it looked like he was speaking directly to me. Do you think he actually meant to speak to us, or did somebody just cast a spell on this item to go off on the first group of people to interact with it?
I mean, I can't really tell for sure. I don't really find any traces of, a spell being stored in here, but it's possible that he was speaking to each and one of us directly through our mind. But it's, I don't know. That kind of magic and something of that such divine nature, it exceeds me.
It's only natural for you to feel as if you were not spoken to. Perhaps he was speaking to us. And Galseri just sort of looks toward his three other companions.
Well, regardless, we all have something here to prove, and this always, will lead us on to a new path. For me, I'm dedicated to hopefully finding out a little bit more of this. I hope the rest of you will join, but I know you each have your own paths to walk. But I would look to Nya and be like, this could be something of great importance, something that could be, studied and maybe bring back, some cohesion back to this world. And I could use your help with it.
I agree. It'd be my honor to help.
Trying to think of what else.
You see Irv sort of approach the pedestal, and at this point, carefully picks up the amulet and begins to inspect it himself. And then slowly he brings it to like his mouth, and he like bites down on it and like tries to like bend it.
I'll go to reach for it. Just like, no, sorry, stop. And he's just, just politely being like, be careful. But I'll take it and I'll hold it then.
I mean, if it's a counterfeit, then we have nothing to worry about, and it's a fake. But if it's a genuine thing, it won't bend. I'm more likely to chip a tooth from that.
After what we envisioned, I would feel confident in saying that this would be no fake. That wouldn't be one elaborate ruse.
Magic can be imputed into any simple object, so just Galseri in like a matter-of-fact way.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry?
No, you're fine. I need to write down. Turning to Galseriad and then also Ao. I guess this would just be an open-ended for anyone. Or maybe I should ask this first. Do we know how long we were out for?
Well, can we still breathe underwater, or are we above the water?
You are above water, currently. You are in a little grotto upon wetland. Back in the hole there's a surface water that leads back to the caverns. Looking up, you can sort of see the position of the moon has not really moved much from what you remember. It's still shining down upon this shrine. Putting two and two together, probably a few minutes, no more.
Concerned with the passage of time and conscious that dear sweet Maggie is still left in the cave underwater.
Just floating upside down.
Yeah. Poor Maggie.
Mia suggests to the group that at least one member return to Maggie to direct her back to the surface so that she doesn't run out of air, because we only have like an hour.
Well, we'll have to go back the way we came, but if we have a little bit of time, though we need to have a little bit of caution. Who knows how long this stuff can be for? I don't know, but hopefully we can try to find maybe some other clues or remnants back here. We found a couple things. I don't know about you, Ao, and your companions, but I wouldn't mind searching around for just a couple more things.
Are there flowers around that look similar to air plants on the ground, perhaps?
Curiously enough, yes.
Riot will start foraging and picking them, and hopefully there's enough for everyone.
It's easily done in this. There are a couple blossoms. The rest of them are yet to mature. They seem to be not perennial, but blooming at specific times and seasons, or certain conditions. You're not sure, but you find a couple more of those samples. You can add two more.
How many?
Two more.
Okay.
That's a couple, yeah. Other growths here are mostly vine and verdant trees and such. There is a life that seems to drinking the energy coming off the pedestal. Ao thinks a moment and says, well, there's no point for us lingering about. We searched on the way here, and we found what we found, but competition's over, and I won't lie, I could use a drink, and to process what we just saw, we ought to hurry and bring this to the surface as soon as possible and find out what this means. But feel free to go through the caves yourselves. As for the competition, well, we can see to you. You won. The Emerald Eye is yours.
We're keeping this what we found down here to ourselves for now, right?
Yeah, I have it. Are you saying
Sure,
in general the area
up top?
Oh yeah.
I meant that when we get out, we're not gonna go around telling people that we saw a vision.
Ao and her group doesn't seem to be holding on to any such promises.
They don't seem to.
Nope.
Well, if we want to find any more information out, we're gonna have to ask questions once in a while. But I guess it just depends on the situation. But I'm not gonna go around toting the next, townsfolk that. But maybe people of interest or of importance.
Right.
Perhaps it's only fair that we ought to keep one reward over the other. I mean, after all, you won the Emerald Eye, 100 gold, and glory is yours. Would it be too much to ask for the amulet? It's a compensation price. I mean, I suppose, what use is it after its magic has been drained?
Magic
We
may
don't
not even
know
be drained
what
yet.
other secrets it may be locked within.
I do, in fact. And you see him make a gesture in the air and whisper a few arcane words. And then say, I can reassure you that all trace of magic in this item has been drained away as soon as we have picked it up off the pedestal.
Well, that's not to say something can't become of it. Please forgive me when I say
Can I see if
I
he was
would like to.
lying?
Yeah, let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Please forgive me when I say this, but I would like to keep onto it. Despite what you think, or whatever your, however you view the library of the Cobalt Soul, we are dedicated to finding out the mysteries of the past. And with two of us here, I would assure you that I would offer my findings to you as well, and I wouldn't keep you from it. You are inclined to know everything about this just as much as we are.
That's all right. I certainly don't mind going about this whole research and all that in the hard way without having the source at hand. No, sure, of course I will concede all rewards. Anyway, I'll see you at the surface. And with that, Galsari just kind of turns around after that sarcastic remark and begins swimming toward the entrance. Clearly,
I would
like,
look to,
upset.
Yeah. I would look to Ao and just be like, ooh, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I meant nothing by it. But
Don't
if
mind
people are gonna
him.
start,
He can be dramatic
No.
at times.
it's okay. He has every right to be. It was a long day and it was a hard-fought competition. But I hope I didn't put you in too much of a harm's way. I wanted to give you as much of a what's the word? As much of a first strike or a blow to the shark, and I meant to pull you closer to it, but I didn't mean to put you in that much danger.
That? Don't worry about it. More than I'm used to has happened in the past. And I oft find myself in awkward situations where I can only adapt and become stronger for it. Don't worry about it, Chuck. Honestly, don't sweat it. I only welcome the challenge. And that was fun. I am only sorry that we came too late, but no hard feelings, right? And she offers you a strained smile. And her eye ticks a little bit.
Yeah. Well then, if anyone else has anything they want to add, but I'm more than ready to leave. I do want to explore though. Melina would try to urge that
Well,
if we have a
we
little
might
bit of
not
time.
have long. We might not have much longer on our potion. Maybe we should just get out.
The one thing to keep in mind about our exploration is, yes, there is this grotto. However, there are still, if you'd like, other areas of the underground or underwater caverns that have not been explored either by our party.
It's true, there might be some pockets somewhere, but it's hard to say, and it's a big risk. I never planned on drowning.
True.
Sounds like a non-water genocide problem. Bye.
Yeah. Ayo, please come back. Be my eyes.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna start heading back, asking the party, do you want to go back the way we came, or should we take a different route?
We should
There
take
are-
a different route. And I have some extra flowers for people in case you need water breathing. So who here needs an extra one? So
I have one.
I have 4 in total.
From what you know about these flowers, as sort of review, each one of these provides about 5 minutes of oxygen, and all in all, it took you about less than 2 minutes to get to this to the shark chamber from the entrance.
Okay.
We're good then.
We're good then.
Just keep those for another time.
Just shove them into people's mouths if they start gasping.
I could just lie because he rolled like a 20 nature check and disease 25. Dermot's sort
good with that.
of walking around
Just
the chamber.
mama bird feed it.
Yeah. Dermot is walking around the chamber, like just offering one last round of healing before he rejoins his group because they need his help.
Riot will take a small heal.
As will I.
Okay, can I have a small heal, Dermot? I hurt a little bit still.
Placing his hand upon your chest, reaching up, uppies, you regain 9 hit points.
Oh, sweet, full health.
As he then clasps one hand across his holy symbol of the Luxon and places one hand sort of like touching Nia's hand, and you feel a chill work up your arm and grow warm as you are restored 6 hit points, Nia, and you see the glow from the symbol fade away. I need to reserve the rest of it for them. Make it safe, and congratulations. Truly, I mean it.
Thank you, Dermot.
No,
Thank you so much, you sweet soul.
no, thank you. He's being genuine. As he turns, and you see he's just walking on the bottom because he just sinks like an anchor with that armor on.
Just yell back to him, be like, "No, thank you."
What does our dear friend Irving do?
Irving is leaning against the wall and he's watching Melina. I don't know where you have the medallion, but he's just sort of watching it, his head cocked to the side a little bit, and appreciates it. There's a certain glint in his eyes. It is a beautiful thing, after all. I'm sorry, I don't mean to stare. It's just it's not often I see items of such magic. It's fascinating. You have to understand, where I come from, we don't see such things often. Weapons of stone, sticks of wood, mundane things. I can almost...
I was gonna say I wouldn't hold it against you. But like I said, I'm willing to share in the findings with everyone. Are you pertinent with magic? By any means?
Shakes his head. Not at all. My specialty is more in the subtle, in the shadows, in, well, anatomy, I suppose. Knowing where to insert the blade efficiently. Things I grew up with. But the arcane is a mystery to me. A little bit like chess. Never liked either. A mystery, an enigma. That's something that Galsariad excels in. He's really good at that. And as he sort of like laughs a little bit to himself, you can see him blush.
Well, we all have our talents, and I'm sure you know yours very well. But maybe we can continue this conversation above, and then maybe tonight we can all share in a drink. We'll be at the Broken Tusk for the time being, but I'm sure my companions and I could use a rest.
First round is on me, he says. First round is on me. Tom, pronounce your words. He says as he makes his way out and rejoins his group.
Looking forward to it.
And it immediately crawls out of the hole. Oh, I can't breathe. No, just kidding. Yeah, just immediately starts drowning. Fuck! Like, breathes in reflexively through her nose. Ah!
You breathe into my mouth.
No, all jokes aside, I don't know if you can feel potions. I don't know, but I'll just let you guys know that from the position of the moon, it hasn't really skidded across the sky yet. It hasn't been like hours. You guys probably passed out for a few minutes. Made it here in a few minutes. You have enough time to scour the cave should you wish to.
Okay.
Relatively.
Well, something that could help.
I must ask, how is everyone feeling if on the off chance that we do come across something else that maybe even remotely insidious as that shark or octopus?
Fine.
I'm pretty well tapped. Just a few basic things, little spells I can do, but my larger repertoire of magic abilities are pretty well spent.
After they all disappear, Julian's gonna look to Melina and say, you're a pretty impressive wife.
Well, they know how to handle themselves. But they're no us in a small smirk. Like I said, I hate losing. And I like being right. But I hope moving forward, the five of us can kind of, join and help each other. I don't know how you feel, or what other ties you have in the world. But at least for myself, I can speak for me, and maybe Nia as well, that, this is something we'd want to pursue.
Perhaps. It is interesting.
You'd still be able to maintain your cover and, get a little bit further away from it, whatever it is. Or those old cultists, and you, Galsariad, Galvin, be able to see a little bit more of the world. Perhaps maybe travel east more.
Perhaps. Why don't we get out of this cave first? It's a little damp.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of it.
I am hesitant to leave my life behind. I can't help but wonder if I was actually intended to see that vision, or if we just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Hard to say what fate has in store for us. But many would interpret it many, different ways. divine nature and fate, destiny. Because it's whatever you want it to be. Or perhaps it was, and then looking to Rye, I'd be like, perhaps it was the, your figure
As
that
Ryan
you praise
has
the
already
most.
plummeted through the hole.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Ryan went to speak and then was cut off, so he just walked away.
Let's make our way then.
Did you say microwave?
Let's microwave them.
Let's make our way then.
Oh, I thought you said it's microwave. I was like, what?
Okay, now that we're the only two left in the chamber, can we all agree that we just kill them all, yeah? As you re-enter the central chamber, you see the rivals and the shark are gone.
Oh, they can have the trophy for the shark. That was their kill.
You hear Rye going, "Wah." A little
Anything,
pissed off.
like, we got
Fish.
the amulet, we got the
No, he
spear.
wanted a shark tooth.
Oh, he wanted a shark tooth.
You see a little glimmer in the sand where a few shark teeth, perhaps fresh, perhaps from the ages, have sort of clustered. Sharks shed their teeth like motherfuckers.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just-
Right?
yeah.
Never
Ryan's gonna
never-
look for some like a big one and then two little medium ones.
Seeing as Julian almost lost his life in one shark bite, you pick up one that is about the size from the tip of your finger to like the beginning of your wrist.
Oh, fantastic!
Like a good megalodon specimen.
And he's
Do I
gonna then go and
still
also
have,
get a little small one too.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. What was that, Julian?
Do I still have the spear that was lodged in the shark and the what was that
The
thing
emerald
called
eye.
that we were trying to get for the competition? The emerald eye.
Emerald eye.
Yeah, you have the emerald eye, that's for sure. The spear was picked up by one of you guys, I remember. Because,
That was me.
yeah,
Pretty
okay.
sure it was Julian.
Because Maggie dropped it, and then somebody else went for it, and then one of you guys picked it up, and I noted that. So, one of you guys has it, one of you guys hands it over to Julian. It's a spear. It looks like this. Sorry, dog went in the background, but what can they do? I can't,
I
like...
want to pet that dog.
Oh, so soft. It looks like this.
Good puppy.
A polished wooden surface, beautifully sculpted. It seems to be like the head of a dragon with like whiskers that seem to like writhe to the back of its head. There's a few gemstones embedded in the whatever is the hilt for a spear. I just don't know what it's called, and like the pommel,
Shaft.
the shaft. Well, no, the shaft is what you hold on. What do you call like the
The
front?
shaft is the whole thing. There's no hilt on the spear.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no hope whisper.
Gems are embedded in it, and then the blade itself is made from some sort of special metal that seems to catch the moonlight with this like almost turquoise glimmer.
Is there
Nice.
like Moonweaver imagery on this?
There is moon imagery on the blade. Seems to almost be like not engraved, but sort of buffed into the blade to catch light on a different angle to be evident. Are the moon phases across, sort of working from the beginning to the very tip of the blade, the entire moon cycle.
Oh, Julian, once we're out of this water, I'd like to sketch that.
For sure.
Thank you. So are we taking the same path back, or are we going the other way?
Guess we're going another one.
Under, you're so low, can't hear you.
Oh, is this better? Do you want me to talk like this? Is this what you want from me?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
I fucking hate my life.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Otherwise, you're like literally talking like all the way over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go buy a big old Blue Yeti microphone. So
No,
I
I'll
can
buy it for you. Just give me your address finally. I've been asking you for like 3 campaigns. Give me your IP address.
I can hear him.
Are
I can hear him
you-
fine.
Also, Megan, you can turn him up like to like 200% on Discord if you just right click his icon and put that volume up. Maybe you'll hear him better.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I'm phasing.
How do you phase through walls? I did not allow access through walls. That's weird. Anyways, which way do you guys head then?
This way.
I did not allow
I'll go
phasing
down.
through walls.
Through the walls.
Why?
What the
Why?
fuck is
Nothing
this?
here.
Why you like this, guys? All right. Now we get
Following my
Now
mentor.
we're stuck.
cool. So Hunter like melts into stone, and your character suffers
No, Galvin.
46 damage per second as you are suffocating, and I punish you. Okay, stop walking through walls. Fair enough. Anybody lingers in this chamber before you proceed after Galceria?
Yes, I want to find a pearl. I need a pearl.
I'm gonna help him look.
Okay, so either
Not a pearl of power. I just need a pearl for the identify spell.
Okay.
And that's what I'm really trying to find.
stop yelling at me. I know. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You can roll twice.
Yeah, so either roll with advantage. You guys remember. Either roll with advantage, or you each roll once, and I'll take the best of either.
Which one did
As-
you want?
Roll with advantage. I don't have a good investigation.
Yeah, he's giving you the help
investigation,
action.
I can do
Yeah.
that. Okay, let me do advantage.
Sorry, I didn't call it investigation, but yes, it is.
23.
Yeah, you managed to find a oyster. Open it up. There's nothing there. Just sand and meat. Open another one. Nothing. You go about this for like another good maybe 7 minutes, and finally you find one. It's a pearl. It's minute size. Probably not 100 gold pieces. Do you keep it though?
Yeah. I'll be like, well, it's something, but I don't know if it'll help me.
But you get information that
Definitely
pearls are made in this sea salt grotto.
Is it possible if I use shape water to like stir the dirt around and I could find a bigger one?
Oh my god.
Interesting. Yes. Okay, so as you invigorated by this, you begin to shape water around you. You already got shape water now? Oh yeah, because we leveled up.
Oh well, if we didn't
No,
rest,
you
then I'll
have
say
it.
I
You
don't
have it. I was just catching up. Yeah. So you see
leveled
shimmers of water. It's a first level spell, isn't it? Or is it a
No, it's
cantrip?
a cantrip.
Cool. So you go about this for like a whole. Yes, we leveled up, Hunter. Take this time to level up. Freaking
Level
Chris. Yep, that's one level up. Yep.
Okay.
You gain 10 levels. I'm gonna say for the sake of expediency, I'm just gonna rule percentile die for this chamber, because that's an awesome idea and it's gonna be a pretty high percent. I just want to be fair about this. Pearls are pretty fucking. How do you do this? Yes, you find a pearl 100 gold pieces worth.
Fuck yeah! Sign
Oh,
me up,
if
man.
he rolls a 15% or less, he gets it. And I was like 11.
Oh no way!
Roll it
Hell
again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Curse of the Netherdeep. My first note. I found a pearl.
No, like percentile die are hard to get. So like when you get it, you get it. That's very nice. I was like, there's a 15% chance you'll find it in this grotto. Oh, like that's good. Good shit.
Am I allowed to do the roll and then take the average if it's worse than the roll?
For health?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Go for it. All right, cool. So you find yourself a nice like one.
Every time.
I would say like the smaller one is worth like maybe 25 gold pieces all in all. Pearls are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And you scour the rest of the cave, and you're pretty certain that there's none left. You've only found 2, and now that one's like 100 gold pieces.
Is there any like anything shiny for my character to see? Like I was helping find a pearl, but while I was looking, was there anything like shiny or sparkly?
As you peer around in this dim light cast by the moon, you see that the walls glimmer in a curious way, but unfortunately it is just the way the granite is sort of cut smooth and polished by the water to reflect the moonlight.
So some like shiny stones then?
Well, they would shine if you were like chip them off the wall and stuff, sure.
Yeah, he's gonna chip a couple off the wall.
Yeah, they're like water smooth, like super smooth to touch. Actually, I don't know if you ever handled like river stones underwater. It's very satisfying to the feel and to the sight. It's very polished like glass surface.
Fantastic.
Roll for rock.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, but as you finish scouring this chamber with confidence, there you can, especially with shaped water, you're pretty confident there's nothing else hidden in this chamber. Beneath the sand, beneath the grasses in the walls or anything.
When I find that pearl, I just kind of just smirk and say like, "Oh, it seems like fate's blessed us today with all these great findings." Let's just hope our luck keeps going.
It's big, shiny. 100 gold piece of pearl is like a big pearl. It's like half the size of your palm. It's a big ass fucking pearl. It's like one of those pearls that are not like perfectly round or compounded and they have a few lumps. But that's like makes it beautiful in its own way. Question: mother of pearl is the shell, right? It's not the actual pearl.
I don't know that.
I think it's a shell. Okay, I'm just asking a by the by.
I'm looking
what
up
you were looking
pearl
for?
colors.
Well, the oyster where I got it from, it has like it has like a rough outside, all barnacle and shit. But then when you open it, it's like all like pearlescent and white. That's called mother of pearl, which I don't know. I've seen like knife handles made from it and stuff. So I just want to ask a by the by question, more like an IRL like trivia. But anyways, should you wish, there is this exit here where Galceria seems to be going. There's this way back here. I'm trying to remember which way you guys went through here. Oh, that's funny.
We went the left way.
Yes. So, which is funny because it's just me misreading the map. So, see this dotted line? It doesn't matter. It leads to the same place. So that leads beneath the chamber you're in, and it leads to like I'll just
Oh, we were supposed to be
off
there.
the wall.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like it goes around and in a loop.
Oh.
So the only thing I'm going to
Yeah.
retcon to say is it's stupid. I just misread the map. It's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The way so you explored this way. The way you didn't explore would be this way.
Okay.
That's what matters, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we have nothing else, we can make our way. I'm
Oh.
actually quite happy with our findings.
I'm happy for you. Which is actually makes sense because the rivals did go behind you, so maybe just followed you and just they didn't take the other path. They made the same decision as you guys. Anyways, yeah. So as you make your way into the chambers beyond, you see a school of like these tiny fish. Their bodies shimmering in a dim light. They seem to swirl in a formation like an unundulating silver pillar. Some of them swimming among like other already dead fish, and they seem to be preoccupied eating those fish.
I'll look back. Route will look back at everybody. I'll be bait, but please save me.
Right, go ahead and roll me like a nature check.
Nature check.
Yeah,
All right.
you'll be bait.
Hang on, right? You're not gonna be bait.
Pardon? I think I have to turn up Julian.
Maybe.
Hang on, right? You're not gonna be bait.
I'm not going to be bait?
No.
All right. We'll see. I'm going to see if I can move in, but move off to the right-hand side a little bit so people aren't blocked by me before I'm seen.
Fair enough. Sort of learning from the past, you make some squeeze way around you. Looking
Try
over
to
to
get like over here.
one last
if I
glance behind your back as you look toward Julian. As Julian, you see him proceed into the cavern. Do you do anything? So far, the swarm of these quippers seem to be preoccupied with feeding on this central clump of fish, which you now notice there's something else floating in the air. You think, like, are those tendrils? Is that another octopus? Is that like a jellyfish? No, it's a loose net. It just floats because the fish keep biting at it. It just keeps floating in the middle of the chamber underwater. And you realize that it was a bundle of fish in the net first, but because the fish has been going on about this for like a while, they've just torn the net apart. So now it's just loose net, torn apart, tattered, and these dead fish. Somebody else has put a lure in this chamber before.
Oh, joy to the world. Right, we'll keep hugging the wall and keep slowly moving.
There's
as
right.
we can.
Proceeds through the room. You can see him hugging the wall. It doesn't seem to be occupying the attention of the fish. as they continue to feast about. A few of them swim close to you, and you can see now they have these like wicked sharp piranha-like teeth. But the few that swim towards you are able to like quickly swipe away at them, and they lose interest really quickly as you draw a little blood, and they join the rest of the school and continue feeding.
I'm gonna keep moving along the wall until I see everybody come through, and I'll just hold here for now.
Okay, you land your feet on what feels like a spongy surface, and you can look to see like this like cyan algae that sort of just like a mushroom cap off the wall, and you sort of kind of steady yourself on that ledge. As
Is
you
there
do,
anything in the pool, perhaps?
in the pool.
Yeah, in the water, like deep down.
So
Or is
the
this a
bottom was
shallow
about
area?
a foot below you at this point. You
Okay.
can see the sand. No, not much. Just bones and remnants of the whatever the fish are feasting on. And the sand is being kicked up by their movement too, so it's kind of hard to see. But looking right below your feet, you can see that where you're standing on this mushroom cap like sponge. Right where your feet are touching it, it's like bioluminescent. It's like reacting to your pressure.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. As Julian joins your side, gives you a quick tap on the shoulder, and
I'm just following the path that he's leading, being careful to like swim against the wall to try and not gain their attention.
Yeah. As you continue onwards, you can see the swarm of quippers like sort of migrate a few feet away from you guys as they're following the satchel of fish. Slowly begin to sink toward the bottom as it's getting reduced at this point to like.
Wait for everybody to quickly come if people can see me.
Right. What do the rest of you guys do? Kassarian and
So they're going that way.
yes, because technically, Hunter, you guys entered from this chamber.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Seeing that there's fish, I'm gonna go back the way we came in.
Cool.
No, everybody's already in there.
Cool.
I'm gonna go. Yeah.
That's fine.
I die by myself to an
Galvin.
octopus. Goodbye. Fuck the fish.
Sure. So Galsariad, you loop back to the chamber that you were at. I'm just kidding. You loop and
I
you
like
go
how you're
like.
calling him Galsariad.
Is his name not Galsariad?
Galvin.
No, it's not.
Galvin.
Am I having a stroke? I am having a stroke, aren't I?
It's okay, Tom. I still love you.
You know why I'm calling you Galsariad? Because Nick called you Galsariad. That's why.
I did.
So it's like imprinted on me.
It's my fault.
So as Galvin, Galahound, you make your way through like the underchamber there. You end up back in where you thought was like a dead end room. I'm gonna do the party first, and I'm gonna come back to you guys because we're splitting party. What's going on in this fucking neck of druids?
Riot's gonna wave people past him.
Okay.
Fair enough. Those of you who make your way to the end of chambers, you can see a narrow, like 5 foot wide, 5 foot tall tunnel. Still assuming marching order, you guys follow a tunnel and you end up like here. As you ascend from tunnel. Back where there was like a sort of collapsed tunnel, like a U-turn, and in front of you is like a collapsed portion of a tunnel where a landslide sort of raised the ground. It's a cavern space. You can see rays of moonlight shine through a wide crack in the ceiling. It sits about 10 feet above you, and you can see one side of the chamber is covered in the crumbled, muddy remains of that landslide I mentioned. As you zoom into the area, you can see the ripples that course through the water are kind of move the rocky debris to and through. There's like a sort of a wave flow here.
Riot's just gonna look around the room and scavenge.
Sure, go ahead and roll me like an investigation check. Anybody else can help. You guys can do it as a group check if you so wish. I'll take the DC, and I'll see if half of you guys succeed. It's gonna be a success.
I could do an investigation too.
Sure. Easily done. So, as you guys as a group investigate around the room, let me read. As you investigate around, you see that some of the soil near the landslide is loose in such a fashion that the water flow actually moves between through, as if there's like a hole that the sand keeps pouring out of. You begin to dig toward that direction, and you actually come upon like a air pocket.
Nice.
And as you explore it, you see something catching your eye, like a glimmer, a shiny. It's glass.
Did
Rad's
you say
gonna go.
a shiny? Like a shiny?
A shiny. It's a shiny thing. And as you go to pick it up, you think it's a little shard of glass. No, you pick it up, it's like a bottleneck, and then you wrench it out of sand, and it's a whole potion bottle. A little bit of like an air bubble in it, but otherwise water did not pierce the cork. It's red and seems to like shimmer a little bit when you swirl it, like living fire.
Ooh.
And there's something else too. In this chamber, you can see like this soggy scroll or piece of paper or something. It's bundled up and has like a wax seal and arcane runes. You know a little bit about magic, more of a pack magic, but you still know a little bit of arcane. This is a magic scroll with some sort of a spell on it. So potion of healing and a magic scroll.
I will pick them both up.
Fair enough. As you pick that up, Hunter Gallahan makes his way through this chamber. Anything you do in here? Or do you swim on through?
I swim on through.
So much confidence.
Okay, cool. As you swim on through, you eventually make your way back to the chamber. It was murky at first, but as you make your way on through, zoom.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's how the map works. As you make your way through, you can see that the once murky chamber now only has a little bit of a ink residue near the bottom, near the sand, as ink is heavier than water. Kind of moves under your feet as you step on the sand, and you can see there's a giant, and I mean like giant, like 9 feet across octopus just kind of like lying on the bottom of this fucking pit, like multiple stab wounds, eyes gouged out. Poor thing never had a chance.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
How dead is it?
can I lift? Can I take it with me?
Yeah. Dragging it by one of its tentacles here.
Yep.
It's heavy. It's heavy as fuck. It's
That's
like
all right. I got no armor.
it
We're
feels
good.
like 40 pounds underwater. But yeah. You eventually like begin dragging out the octopus behind you. Gonna be some delicious sushi later. Samurai sushi. Alright. Rest of the
Riot
party.
will lead again to the next. Riot will be the front man again.
Do you
leading
keep
to
the
next
potion
area.
and scroll? What do you do with it?
He's gonna pass. He wants to clean up the scroll before he gives it to Melina.
It is like soggy, but Melina, as you know,
Would Predator Station actually like clean it up? I didn't know if we're underwater at this moment.
you are.
We are.
Yeah, I was going. What Riot was going to do was later on when we're out of the water, he was going to use Predator Station on it and take all the water out of it and then give it to Melina.
I don't know if you can dry objects with precipitation. I'll have to look that up, but that's a good plan.
I can remove water. So I
I'll
was
look at-
hoping I could remove water from the paper.
I know destroy water does that. I'll look into precipitation, but that's a good plan. Okay, you hand over it to Melina for now, I guess, and proceed onwards. As you lead the group, anybody else does anything else in this chamber before I move on?
No, I'd be ready to move on.
Okay, cool.
I want to poke around in this corner around here. Looks weird.
Oh, what looks weird about it? What looks weird about it, Julian?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Same. I mean, you poke around, you investigate, you find wall, sand. Am I...
Ow.
Can I poke with the spear that I just took, the silver spear, the fancy one?
The fancy spear grinds against stone a little bit and meets sand.
You hear Galvin wince to the stone.
Now, I see what you're saying. You're talking about meta shit, like the map looks weird, and I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know why there's a wall there, even because you can, like, there. You're granted sight toward a shadowed alcove. There's nothing there. Like, it's just the map being fucking fucked for some reason.
I'll keep doing that with the spear. I'm gonna be like
Okay.
Not making like serious attacks, but like sort of softly poking at the walls around as we go. Because now that I've seen like one hidden passage, I'm hoping that maybe I'll find another.
Roll me
If like at
investigation.
one point, maybe
Actually, roll me an investigation with advantage, because you're holding a spear. Must be here somewhere. You don't find
must
it,
be
but
here somewhere.
must be here somewhere. That secret passage you're looking for. 100%.
Just gonna keep
Follow-
poking around with the spear.
Follow your gut, like a blind man poking through the streets. Riot being the lead and you second behind him. Riot, as you round the corner, because you're sort of following the tunnel here as you go to the next chamber, you come across this. Looks like
shit.
I'm glad I went my way.
pallid,
What is that?
vine-like growth that grows from the bottom of the cave, all clinging to the ceiling and sort of spreading like pale veins with this bulbous, almost blood clot-like growth. These sacs that seems to have a different viscosity than water, so they form in their own little sacs. Eggs,
Riot's gonna
perhaps.
look around and be like, didn't they come this way? Did they not clear anything?
We were racing.
Perhaps they didn't need to clear it. Perhaps they just weaved their way through.
Okay, well, I'll move a little closer. Does it look like there's two paths from this direction?
Two paths? Well, roll me two things. Roll me a perception check for two paths, and roll me an intelligence check for recall. As you're trying to navigate the cave around, trying to orient up and down the water as hard as it is.
Investigation.
Well, perception for is there two paths?
Perception. Nope.
You
And a natural one for investigation.
You hate water. This is already unnatural enough for you as is. Where's up? Where is down? You're already getting disoriented. Perhaps there's more than two paths. Perhaps just one. Maybe you made a whole loop around. You begin to feel like the sensation of like, maybe we should turn around. Maybe we're lost. Make me a intelligence roll real quick though for recall, because you did bring something up.
Another intelligence check?
Just pure intelligence. Just click intelligence. Yeah. This is just purely
14?
with a 14. You accurately recall, because this has been like merely minutes ago. Now that the journal of the competition wore down, even so, you can still remember the rivals followed you guys on the same path that you took to get here. I just fucked up by not putting you guys like on that loop around, because I just had you immediately enter the chamber. That's fine. No, it didn't change anything. The rivals followed your path immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Combat wise, whatever, it was fun.
Riot's getting very flustered, but does it look like he can swim through the vines?
You could fit, probably. You're not sure if you'll be able to swim through without contacting them. That'll be a dexterity save.
Riot looks back at Julian with a very worried look and is looking miserable right now. And his ears are pinned back and his eyes are just very much slits and his tail's not even shifting like it normally does. I don't know if we can fit. Maybe, but that doesn't look really nice.
You want to go
I
back?
don't know. Maybe. I don't know if good things will happen. He'll hold out the health potion. Maybe you should hold on to this. I can try to go, but if I die, please use this on me.
I'll take the health potion.
You seem to recall that dying and health potions don't really mix. Can't really save somebody once they're dead. But yeah, if you're unconscious, he'll help you. As you make your way through, if you dare so, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Riot's going to, because he's trying to be brave, because his mentor's not there.
Fair enough.
Dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed. Oh, 17.
Okay. You are lithe. You are graceful. Trying to concentrate on your mentor's teaching, like a leaf in the wind. You glide on through, trying not to graze yourself. For a moment, your tail brushes against one of the vines, and you can see it like move toward your tail and just constrict for a moment, like twisting toward it, and then go lax as few of those blobs, those quivering blood sacs, just sort of give off like a little squelch. But you make your way into the chamber. Can you
Cool.
see? Can you see fine? I think my map is a little bit fucked for some reason. There's a there's a line there for no reason. Do you see that shit?
Yeah, there is.
That's very weird. I'm sorry
There's
about
also
that.
something circle here too,
Yes,
right next to me.
yes, I can describe that. I'm just looking at the map. Lighting is a little fucked for some reason, but whatever. We'll get over it.
All right.
You enter this sort of ghost grass patch. Go ahead and roll me nature as you're looking at the patch of question mark.
Oh no. Nature.
That looks like an eyeball.
3.
You see like an eyeball open up and close up, and then a few of those tendril-like growths just kind of get closer to the central mass.
Right, start backing away.
Yep. And as you do so, you see the tendrils then reach out again, out of the central mass as you distance yourself. You have no idea what this plant, creature, whatever biological thing is.
Riot's gonna call out to everybody. There's something weird here. Please come and help.
Galvin, as you make your way through the narrow channel, it took you a while because you have to squeeze this giant octopus through this like 5-foot wide tunnel. But octopuses don't have any bones, so it's just like this.
Yeah, it's a good thing it's squishy and malleable.
Squishy. So they can literally like fit in jars and shit. I don't know if you ever seen it. It's cool. It's like literally like a squeeze through. As you make your way to the intersection, and you can begin to see like moon's light from the far reaches where the tunnel begins to rise, and actually the water surface is now visible, and you can see an air pocket ahead. From your right, you can hear brain fart. You can hear Riot's voice calling out to the rest of the party, just sort of echoing through the water.
I will let go of the octopus and use a dash action to
Go for it.
go. I don't know how far that's gonna get me. There.
We don't.
Put
We're not
me-
doing rounds. We're not doing rounds.
Okay.
This free movement. Just describe to me what you're doing. Is all I'm asking.
I'm swimming
Yep.
rapidly.
As you make your way around the corner, you can see Riot by a patch of these two stalactites, like mice, because they're kind of fused ceiling to floor, and the entire chamber is just dimly lit by these faint bluish, dimly glowing plants, almost like grass or algae. You're not sure. You see two large jagged stone pillars covered with these, also covered with this algae, and they stand at opposite ends of the chamber. And sort of surrounding the far pillar in the far end of the room, past which is the rest of your party, you can see is an exit from this cavern, is a thick patch of this bone white seagrass and tendril-like vine growth. Again, this shit.
What in the world did you guys get yourselves into?
Don't know.
Guys, if you can hear me, you want to just go the other way?
I'm gonna take one of my rations. I saw the way this thing sort of reacted to just the vaguest sensation of Riot's touch. I'm gonna take one of my rations and sort of like toss it onto one of the tendrils to like the far right up here.
Okay, so a fistful of rations goes sort of floating through the water. Some of it clings onto that red substance, and you can see it like stick to the surface, and then like an ooze, it begins consuming it into the mass. And as it enters the reddish, semi-transparent bubble, you can see little tiny bubbles form around the food stuff as it begins to like dissolve inside. It's like almost acidic or digestive fluid or something. The rest of your handful sails past these vines and lands in the sand just behind it, out of the reach of its tendrils and stuff. It's not a fast or very mobile plant. It's a plant after all. But what you do see is that from the patch of algae on the pillar, a almost perfect oval disattaches itself from the wall, and like a manta ray, a patch of algae with two stark white eyes just kind of sort of lands from the pillar, and like a starfish floats toward the ground. And like have you ever seen like a sand dollar? Sort of like that, it just kind of floats and comes to rest on top of your foodstuff onto the sand, and then you can see like little palpitations in its movement as it begins to like feed on it.
Googling sand dollar.
Like a medallion of algae, just kind of disattaches itself from the wall and floats down gently onto the sand on top of you, the food that landed there, and begins feeding on it. Imagine like a round starfish with like algae-like growth on top of it.
Ugly creature.
It's kind of cute, actually.
That's gross.
Oh,
Alright then. I'm gonna try my best to swim through it.
Dexterity saving throws, you make your way through it.
Can I as I try to swim through it, can I like hold another piece of ration with me and sort of like drop it just as I'm about to go through?
Sure.
On top of the vine. Hoping that will distract it in case I fuck up.
Cool.
You're fine.
As
my
you
boy.
feed the plant, it doesn't mind you at all. You kind of toss the ration some distance away and make your way around it. Swing past. And you can hear, as you make your way around it, you can hear a slight, like a fizzy pop bubbling sound around the bubbles. Just as more of that food stuff gets dissolved in those bubbles. And then you see something curious. The plant begins to sort of shrink back into the wall, taking the foodstuff with it, and at the base of it, you can where it's shrinking towards, writhing into it like a worm entering an apple. You then see a portion of the wall, like two lips, close up like a clam and shield the entire plant in the wall. Now that's
Oh
fed.
my god.
Freaky.
I'm gonna put my dick in it.
Done. Now that it's no longer hungry, it's gone. Okay.
If it's gone, then the last two of us can kind of maneuver safely through.
You just see
I
one of
wasn't
those.
feeling too
Yeah, go for
good
it.
about it, but no, I was gonna say I wasn't feeling too great on that one. But I'm glad we could end that.
Just see like one of those like sand dollars just kind of. I caused it like sand, just like slowly moving, like it's like a starfish movement. It's kind of cute.
Oh,
Just kind of grazing across the picking up the little pieces that fell off from the second fistful of rations and just feeding on it. I don't
while
know.
we're passing by, this
Yep.
chamber doesn't seem so big, but would it have anything of like value in here or anything on the sand? Cavern walls up top, ceiling.
Roll me. As you kind of investigate the algae on the cavern walls, go ahead and roll me a nature or a survival check. Choose one. And you guys can roll that
I'll do nature.
as a group if you so wish to help each other. I'm pretty much looking for 2 successes here.
Or what?
I'll roll survival.
Either in nature
Ooh.
or survival, whichever one you want to use, respectively. Yeah. Right is like you're still in water. Like this is an awful environment. You just want to get out of here. Nya, your academic studies focus more on the Aurora Watch and people, less so plants, unfortunately. Or if they do plants, more surface plants, this place is fascinating but weird. Nonetheless, Melina and anybody else? Right. Well, at least Melina, you're looking about the cavern walls and stuff. You can see that the patches of algae that are not creatures, that don't have the eyes and stuff, are what's left behind by these creatures. Be it the way of apotheosis, not apotheosis, that's becoming a god, asexual reproduction, or just a byproduct of her being, is more of that patchy algae that is essentially a portable light source. If you want to like harvest some of that, it will act like a portable light source. Would have been useful for somebody who does not see in the dark in his caverns, perhaps. can still be useful in the future if you can think of it. However, you would know with that 19 nature check that this substance can probably only survive in its native environment, meaning that you'll have to contain it in some sort of a jar or something containing salt water for it to be preserved. Otherwise, it will just dry out and die.
I don't think I have. Like a jar or anything. But, well, I think most of us are dark vision or have some sort of it. Just looking back on our endeavor and everything, it's just like, okay, well, we all seem to look fine. No one was having any trouble. Maybe Galvin, because he had the light spell, but we should be okay.
But aside from that, looking around the room, looking beneath sand, and again, using your cantrip to kind of shape water around and move the sand about, you're pretty confident that not much else of value here. If adventurers did lose their gear to lost in other chambers, perhaps you found everything there is to find.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's get out of here. Galvin, it's nice to see that nothing happened to you.
He lost his voice. All right.
I guess the cave isn't that big.
No, it took you like a minute to get to the last chamber. It was just a race of adrenaline and stuff. Riot, as you make your way past the narrow tunnel and follow Galvin's lead, you can see he's pulling on the large tentacle of that octopus you guys slew before.
Yeah, Riot's gonna go help him pull it.
Yeah, you grab onto another tentacle, easily done. You guys can drag it. The exit can see the moonlight and the surface of water to the north of you guys. And you can sort of like now, sort of looking back, recognize the way back. So therein lies the exit. Anybody lingering or anything?
Oh no, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Fair enough.
Go.
Let's
As
fucking...
Riot pulls, he's gonna look around. Is there anything that seems to be poking out of the ordinary in this little area? Because you remember they rushed through at the beginning. They didn't actually look at all in this area.
I'm gonna save you some time and say like that you're keeping a keen eye out with your passive perception and stuff. You don't note anything else shiny, but you do note the weight in your pocket of both that satchel of sand pearls and all the other stuff you found here. So you know,
Yeah.
not a bad haul at all. All things considered. Okay, coolio. Unless anybody else is lingering behind, you guys make your way out of the grotto.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Coolio. So, Jigao, air, salvation, finally. As you maneuver out, you are greeted by the sound of drums, fanfare, celebration. A crowd has gathered here on the docks and has now become even larger than when you first started to witness the finale. Above, the two moons shine their radiance upon your glory. You can see your maroon quintet fellows are standing by, watching you, clapping slowly to the crowd as well. As the two elders approach you, you can see Elder Ushru look at the octopus first and just gonna go a moment as he approaches the rest of you and says, "Victors! Have you returned successful in your endeavor? I hear that you have that which will grant you the honors of this year's championship. Present it forth."
William will step forward and pull out the emerald eye.
Cool.
And
As
show
you,
it to him.
as you
Show it to him.
show it to him, he grabs you by the wrist and lifts your arm up to gloriously present the jewel in your hand. You can hear the crowd cheer on. And as he declares, "Fate, fortune, the winners of this year's Festival of Merit," you see the ecstatic crowd surrounds you all, now just sort of going over the bleachers and just into the water to surround you and offer their congratulations. I'm having a stroke. As the folks of Jigo begin to settle down and turn in for the night and such, Elder Usher in turn asks you to hand over the Emerald Eye in exchange for your reward. 100 golden pieces. Your reward, as well as an invitation to stay the night at the Unbroken Task Inn, free of charge.
I hand him the emerald dime.
Of course, goes without saying that here is an extra amount on top of all that. 2 gold and 4 silver pieces, I believe, to compensate the rooms we've already purchased. It is only our honor to host the champions of this year's Festival of Merit.
Thank you very much.
Celebrate. You've earned it. Leaving you to the other elder for a moment, you can see Elder Usher then turns to Ao and her party. He says to the lot of you altogether, do not despair. Though some of you lost the race, let me assure you that I chose your group to compete for a reason. True merit is something proven not in a single day, but rather over the course of an individual's life, one small act at a time. As a consolation prize, I extend my offer, room and board, at the Unbroken Tusk Inn for the night, free of charge, to all of you. So, let us end tonight in celebration of all. And smiling, he begins to depart. But then he stops, because I rolled insight. I sense something has changed in your demeanor. You all seem quiet. Contemplative. Something happened. You're all well, nobody injured, I trust. We need to get the priests.
No, nothing like that. We're fine.
Are you certain? He leans in like a little closer.
Talk to a priest.
What do you think, Alvin?
I said I think I could go talk to a priest.
Well, should you require any such guidance, the Luxon Temple is open night and especially day. But, I will not hold you to it, not press further. I just want to make sure that you're alright. Ao and the others, they seem to hold themselves in their own thoughts. I figured it was something to do with the loss, but, you don't seem to be in celebrative moods.
Nonsense. It was dangerous down there, but we won, and the gold and the glory is all ours.
Rumi. Persuasion with advantage. Cool. He offers you a smile and a little like sideways nod with his head, and says, "Well, I won't hold you to it. You younglings, go on and celebrate. I'm gonna get these old bones to bed." More than eager to head off and have a rest and close off the festival for the night. Celebrations continue on in the other side of town should you wish to join them. But, of course, I will leave you to it as you decide among yourself what you wish to do. You see Ao and her group head off, along with Elder Ushru, for the time being, toward the shore.
We said we would have drinks with them. Let's go.
Irvin shook.
On our drinks.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe we should buy them the first round, as you know, to soften the blow a little bit. We have some earnings. It wouldn't
We
hurt.
do. But we're all getting 20 gold.
Yeah, if we divide it, yeah.
If you divide it, yeah.
And everybody who bought room is getting back 7 silver pieces.
Oh, sweet.
Hell yeah.
And 20 gold?
Yep.
Thank you.
20 gold. Galvin's not a broke bitch anymore.
No, you're not.
Galvin is still armorless.
Well, you can buy armor now.
To be poor again.
Yes.
That's how money works.
Shaking my head. I'm going to go join the guard. And with that, I will gain armor, respect, and more notoriety in this town.
Well, we do have a bit right now, but
Well,
whatever
it's the middle of the night.
suits you.
I'm going to the tomorrow. Right now, I'm going to get my free round of drinks, because let's be honest, you, me, Rise, and everybody else deserve it. Isn't that right, Hale?
They're,
was gone.
they're gone.
Everybody left.
You're
Ryan
like,
is
look, they're like
casting-
a mile to the shore by now. Like,
Ride's
I,
casting protestation on himself like religiously till every ounce of water is wrung from him.
so regarding that, I actually looked it up. You can clean off. I'll allow it because you can clean off. You can soil somebody. You can make blood appear and stuff. Yeah, that works.
So Ride's on the way back to the tavern. Ride asks if he can do something for Melina for the little treasure he found for her.
Yeah, whatever it is, I can help. And hopefully, my talents will give you a little bit of insight.
Oh, all I need is just to hold it, and if I can hold it, I can fix it.
What are you asking for to hold? Sorry, I got a message.
The scroll Ride gave you in the cavern.
I mean, do you need me to decipher it? Like,
No.
He's
I
looking.
just
He's
need you
looking to
hold it out.
clear water off it and soil and stuff. Clean
yeah,
it
no.
up.
I mean, yeah, I can hold it.
Yeah, if I'm trying to speak like Riot does. If he doesn't make sense, I'll always just change and come out and say he outright what he wants. Yeah, so he casts protestation on it, and he will clean it up so it looks almost brand new.
Fair enough. Done and done. Clean, polished. It's
Do we know what the scroll is or no?
well. I mean, you haven't opened it yet. It's like
Okay.
bundled up and has like
It's
a
got a
wax seal.
seal?
Yeah. It's
Um,
it was soggy to touch, but now it's like nice and dry and clean. You just haven't read it yet.
Well, while I'm holding it, I mean, I'm gonna just give it a little quick glance and everything.
Sure.
Would the seal be anything Empire related or something from the books I've read? Is there like a distinguishing mark that's open to be like, oh yeah, this obviously belongs to this?
Do you know? Orcish?
No.
Okay, you can tell there's Orcish like script in the center of the sigil, and then like arcane, mostly decoration and like a radial pattern around it. But that's about it for the seal, and it's sealed in like this nice cyan blue wax. Yeah.
Well, going back to hand it to Riot, giving it back, be like, unless you know Orcish, I'm not too familiar with it. It's a little more guttural for me.
Riot shakes his head. Sadly, no, I don't know Orcish, but maybe Galvin knows or Nya.
Right, not. Just
Could
a
I
missile.
see the book? Could I hold it?
Scroll?
Yeah, the scroll.
Yeah.
As
Take it.
Nia takes the scroll in her hands, she runs her fingers along the words and uses comprehend language.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice. So, as you concentrate, you can see the words slowly shift into common before your eyes. You can read the words Jabez Sandries, which is spelled like this.
Nia repeats what she reads to the group. Does this signify anything to you? Does it signify anything to her? I don't know.
You would know that Jabe is the last name of Ao, as she has introduced herself. Sandries is like, how do I define it? It's another word for like various items like trinkets that are important to somebody specific. So usually when you go shopping for antiques, those are sandries. They're Not important for everybody, but somebody there dear to heart. Seems to be like the name of some shop or other.
Ao doesn't really strike me as the magical type. She's more has a martial prowess behind her. I wonder if there would be a shop around here with her name. Or maybe we could just ask her when we go to the tavern.
I wonder if that scroll's from a shop of hers, or maybe something like that, or maybe from her.
Well, either way, if it is hers, it would be the right thing to do to return it.
Aren't you curious what it is?
Let's see what is the list. If it's a list of items, probably can learn something from what the list entails.
Yeah, let's take a peek.
Unrolling
Crack the
cracking the seal, keeping it intact, but unlatching it. You unroll it. It's fine vellum, the same substance that your spellbook is made from, the same cow's hide. And as you unravel it, you can see it is a Thunderwave spell.
Oh,
Do you really want to give it back now?
well, what I would love to do is take the time and to put that into my spell book. The more I can get, the better utility I can offer you. But that takes a lot of magical inks and some parchment, which I'm a little short on.
Well, how about this? They saw what we saw, so maybe they'll go to the same place we are. So maybe you'll get the stuff you need before then and there, and then you can give it back to her.
Hang on. This is the scroll that... Right?
Yeah. This is the scroll.
There's no way this belonged to Aya.
It has the last name Jabe.
It might have originally belonged to like someone in her family, but it must have been years ago. There's no way that it got buried under that sand within the period of like 10 minutes that we were down there.
No.
This isn't
I mean, that
something
I agree.
This isn't something that belongs to her. She has no idea that she probably doesn't even know that this is lost.
Well, then we can hold on to it for now. But it would be nice to know if there's a shop or if there's some kind of hold. Maybe with her family. But
As we walk, sorry,
no, I was gonna say I have to find a way to find some more money kind of quick. Because it takes me 50 gold.
Grad's gonna look around and see if are they passing any shops or anything.
Well, where are you guys walking? Are you guys just walking toward back to the inn or somewhere else?
Let's go back to the inn.
Okay. If you were to walk to the inn, like through the jumble, yes, you would see shops and stuff.
Riot would stop by one, like meander as they meander through, stop by one or two or three or four, like here and there, to ask if there's a place called Jade Sundries in Jigao.
Sure. You can see at this hour it is well approaching midnight. Most shops have closed past bells. Bakeries, blacksmith shops are closed and stuff. A few taverns here and there are still open, but of course the biggest one and the most riotous one is the one that you've paid for. You see that the Temple of Luxon is still open. I'm just thinking, what shops would be open like close to midnight in a town past bells?
Doors, I would guess, maybe, if there's
Illicit
still
shops.
I'm gonna say.
Wow.
I mean, like people doing illegal business.
Is that what you're keeping an eye out for? Because I'm just thinking, like, shop-wise, most shops are closed at this hour, past bells, especially with past festival and everybody gathering. But you do find a few stalls, street side, where people have begun to sort of pack away into caravans, preparing to leave the next day. And those are shopkeepers. Asking about, go ahead. What are you asking? Just what's your question?
I'm inquiring if they have heard of a place called Jade Sundries in Jigao or someplace around.
Okay. You see like a haggard looking goblin loading a cart full of crates of goods, turns to you and says, Sundries? Yeah, sounds familiar. Northern end of the jumble, past the temple. about, like, on the intersection. I believe I've seen a sign saying something along the lines of, it's almost like an antique shop or something, ran by quite the elderly couple. Nice people. I don't know them personally, but, everybody know everybody in the jumble.
Well, thank you very much. We definitely will want to head there
Sure.
at some time. Thank you very much. And Riot will toss the guy 2 silver.
Oh, much obliged. Thank you. And he continues on, sort of carrying crates over his shoulders onto this. You can see it's like a wagon with not a barrel top, but like a canvas top.
Okay.
Yeah, for shade when against rain. Anyways, close that up.
Riot will rejoin the group and tell them that. So there's a place called Jabe Sundry's, northern end of town, past the Luxon Temple. There's a sign up there. Maybe we can go there tomorrow morning after we have a nice little celebration tonight.
What do they specialize in?
They said it's an old couple that run the store, kind of antiquish.
Okay.
Not really my thing, but there might be something fun there.
Oh, I enjoy
Whoa.
antiques.
If this spell scroll used to belong to them, maybe their antiques are more valuable than person would initially assume. But for now, let's go meet up with our new friends and get those drinks.
And cook this octopus!
Aye.
Oh my god, you still have that?
We're carrying it through town. Riot is not letting go. His claws are out, digging into it.
Why would we let go to waste such a large creature? It could feed many people.
As you keep on walking through the jumble, you are approached by, like, not one, not two, but, like, several shopkeepers who are like, are you selling that?
How much?
Nah, I'll give you, like, 5 silvers for it?
No.
Nah, thanks so.
Suit yourself. Fishmongers. But as you head on toward the inn, there we are.
What we should do is get them all to auction against each other for this.
Oh, are you still talking to those fishmongers?
Man,
Nah.
Riot wants to eat this thing. Riot wants some surf and turf.
It's good shit.
You're gonna cook it yourself?
No, Riot's gonna ask.
We're gonna get a fantastic pie maker over here to make us one of the best calamari pies the world's ever seen.
And we'll give her whatever she wants to take with her, what we can't consume and take with us.
I cannot change the map, but you're back at the inn with the entrance atop the turtle over yonder. You guys are just, we can just roleplay this scene by scene. As you make your way into the inn, you can see the rivals seated at their own table. Several patrons are seated on bar stools, being served by this stout, short goblin with like a shoved hat, dirty underbite jaw, a green skin lad that serves drinks. You can see him bobbing about, but you can only see like his head above the counter, because he's hella short. Nonetheless, he keeps up with the crowd as you enter with your prize, and to the cheers of some people who recognize you from before. You see Irvin lift up his glass as well, in greetings to you. How do you spend your night?
Nya goes over to the corner and begins copying over the letter that she picked up from her feathered counterpart that she ran into earlier today, so as to perhaps run into him once more to discreetly return what she may have grabbed.
Pay around room, you cannot spot the individual, unfortunately. Not here.
Well, she still goes about to the corner to copy the message so that she's ready when she
Sure. Roll me stealth, please.
What was their group name again? Maroon something?
Quintet.
Quintet.
Maroon Quartet.
What do the rest of you guys do?
Hold on. Can I take a 5-minute break because apparently one of my accounts just got hacked?
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we can take a break. I actually forgot to put a timer this time, so we can all take a break. Reconvene in like 10 minutes.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. I'll see if the dog's gonna go out for the night.
Coolio. Take a break here. So I awkwardly sit here. I never take breaks.
You get to leave work early if you don't take a break at Orange.
I get to decide when I leave.
Fair enough.
I just check in, check out whenever. I just want to get paid for a full shift, and I mean, why not?
Yeah, we got should have made time and a half there for us at least on Friday, and then we got paid a average shift on Saturday, and we didn't work, so gonna be a pretty good payday.
Plans for the night? I know those of you who did not take a break. We can just discuss that at least.
When are we normally done?
Like session?
10ish? Yeah,
10ish your time, yeah.
like it's almost 9, so like another hour.
That's a theory.
I think I'm gonna watch more of C. I got to episode 4.
Oh, that's cool.
How far did you get?
I'm on like episode 6, I think.
I really like it. It's good. Does it get better?
Yeah, it's a matter of opinion, I think. I think it's for each their own.
No,
I won't.
I don't think it's bad.
Like, I don't like it, but like it doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch it.
Okay.
It's a good premise. It's just takes. I'll pause the recording here.
Blind,
What was that?
Blind fighting. I switched my fighting style.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I get to do that every level, so.
To what did you switch to?
Blind fighting.
Oh, nice. You went with a C route. Nice. Yeah, that's good. I think as a paladin, I know fighters get to.
I'm a fighter.
You're a fighter, even better. As a fighter, you get to switch out your fighting style. So if you don't like it, yeah.
At level 10, I get to have 2.
Yeah.
Now, one of them, which is very useful, I think, potentially, is, it's, Mariner is a fighting style. Mariner, maybe?
I think you pronounced it correctly the first time, but whichever one. I know. Is that the one where you have swim speed or can
Yeah,
float on some shit? Yeah.
Yeah, basically. It's
I think it's from Saltmarsh. Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
I think it is.
Hmm. Excuse me.
I think I cleared up some stuff.
Okay, so we're just waiting on Lorian then? Or do you still need a moment?
I should be okay.
Okay. Are you sure?
I just got here, so I'm gonna take a minute and go say hi to Andrew.
Okay.
No, I was just getting like messages and emails, but no, I should be okay, I think.
Cool. I know Hunter wanted to play some hurdy-gurdy and pretty much spend the night playing music and, you know, celebrating and whatnot, but like it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. Otherwise, I'm gonna flip sort of time forward for expediency's sake because session has to go forward. But I don't want to rob you guys from like any RP potential you guys want to take. If you guys want to have more talks and stuff, that's what the game is for.
Um,
I don't know if Ryan is back either. I think both Julian and Riot are gone.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think Riot might still be gone.
Did anyone else want like RP stuff or?
Or
Not
do you
really. Just wanted to like hang out with them, have some drinks, good time.
establish general good relations of, you might have lost, we might have won, but no harsh feelings. It's all in the name of good competition sort of vibe. If you guys want to buy them first round of drinks, that's just finance and time and having a good time with them. I'm gonna say a round of drinks is gonna cost you like nothing because you're victors. So because you got promised room and board. That's kind of Irvin's joke there because he knew that going into this, but whatever. We can let's wait for Riot. It's only fair. He's the whole point.
I'm back.
Cool. So we can start then. Is Hunter? No, Megan is gone. Give her a minute.
Megan got back and then decided to leave again.
It's fine. I'll give her a minute and then I'll start. Literally, just chill.
back.
Pick it up. The hurdy-gurdy's pick it up.
So out of character, what are you planning to do with the medallion that we found?
Who you asking?
Melina has it.
That's identify on it, I'm assuming.
That's it?
Well, I mean, would you put on a random necklace you haven't identified? Don't ask
Tom,
that
out of
question.
character. This is the out of character. This is
I'm
the
not answering
item
out of
that-
character questions right now regarding the medallion. If that's what you're trying to ask me, you don't know what it is.
Well-
It's gold now. You have to identify it.
Well, I'm asking. This is what we were looking. This is what the Myriad had us looking for, right?
Maybe it fits a description, but like you're not sure.
Wait, what are we looking for?
We started this whole adventure with you coming to a dead end on your assignments. You were like, well, might as well do the festival because I reached a dead end. It might be what you were looking for. Yeah. Either way, the Myriad would be interested in probably. I mean, like after what you witnessed.
Either way.
Riot probably would think the same thing then.
Oh, through the night after the first round of playing, I'd like to take the time to
Yeah, let's get back into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
sketch the spear. Maybe like just look at it because it seems to potentially connotate with my main god of worship. Obviously, I don't want it. Nothing
Yeah,
else to happen.
just for the sake of something on my end, go ahead and roll me a performance check. It's just the quality of your drawing. You'll be able to get most of its detail down to the point where it's recognizable, but you might be able to
Dice
notice
God, go.
notice something.
God.
No, you make a
And
pretty
Riot is
accurate
it?
sketch. You're an elf. You had your years to practice the arts. It's an accurate sketch, but you don't notice anything beyond what you initially see. How I described it. You'll be able to study the sketch later if you ever lose a sight of spirit. If you need to identify anything for the purpose of puzzles or anything in the future. But yeah, sure. As you guys spend the night in revelry with the Maroon Quintet, your octopus, then you're gonna give to the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're asking for seafood octopies.
Octopi.
You see, like, Agath just gets out of the kitchen, just picks her head out, and she looks at it, and she just beaming smile. Enough for like 25 people on here, yes! Come here, come to mama. Toss. And in due time, pies are served around. I've never had octopus pie. It's a curious, tantalizing taste. Oh my god, that pun actually tickled me. I made myself laugh. I'm lame. Anyways, I'm just like, I literally made myself laugh with tantalizing.
I'm so funny.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I love it.
So as soon as
Anyways,
the pies come out, Riot's gonna run around and pick up the pies, headed to the Fate's Fortune and also their rivals, and hand it out to everybody. Put it on theirs and say, "Please eat, please eat, please eat."
pie. JPEGs of pie.
Ah, he's going mad.
This
Yeah.
episode's gonna be
Give
titled
Maggie like
Pie.
3.
But yes. Yeah, Maggie's gonna have her own pie. Thank you. The rest of them are gonna be have it's a revelry. A night well spent. I'm gonna note this actually as a bonus in relations to the rivals. But all good things come to an end. Unless you guys wish to roleplay something specific. Do you guys want me to just push time forward?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I have one out of character question for the DM real quick.
For it.
This is the new. So Riot has the little glass balls of sand. He wants to go with Melina, but also he wanted to see what the oh crap, I forget his name. Journal.
Althariad?
Dalsariad. He was wondering that if he could also maybe identify it, just to inquire and see. I don't know if that's a thing that would happen or maybe do. I was just wondering if like.
So
you
you want to
know that you have the pearls?
I have 9.
Hold on 1 sec. I got a problem outside. 1 sec.
That's fine.
It's
fine.
I was just gonna take out one orb of the glass with sand inside and go over to Galsalriad and be like, I found this in the caves. I don't know what it is. Do you have any idea what it might be?
Of course I do. Let me take a look at that. Yes. 8 Arcana. It's a marble, and it is quite mundane, but probably a child's toy.
Aw. Nothing magical or of use?
Go ahead and roll me insight. You seem like perform the same like somatic gestures in the air, muttering those arcane words. This is concentrating on it. Trying to apparently detect magic. 15 insight. As he goes through emotions and stuff, you can tell that he is faking it.
Riot would hold out his hand and be like, please give it back.
Oh, of course, it's yours. I'm
And
sorry I couldn't be
he's
of any
like-
help, but
And he looks at me, he's like, I like you a lot, and I think you're a really nice person, but you're not the greatest at lying to people. Sorry. And then Riot would go back to the table with his ears down, hoping to have made a friend, but didn't feel like he made one.
fair enough.
Sad hurdy-gurdy music for Riot.
Yeah. Then a thought occurs to you that perhaps if he was faking it then, perhaps he was if he was faking it now, perhaps he was faking it then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Riot would turn to Melina and be like, I found this in the caves down when we killed the octopus for the octopi. Galzarzad over there. He looked at it and he said it wasn't anything interesting, but I think it is. Would you take a look at this tonight?
So, because Nick is gone, but I don't think there's any reason why he would not identify this for you. It's a ritual spell, so taking like a bit of time using the peril that they found. Melina can help you identify it, no problem. Going through somatic spells, you glance over behind your back and you see Galsair that's just glaring at Melina at how she performs the spell, like perfect connotations, practice movements, and the spell goes off. And she explains the item to you. Each of these pebbles acts as a part of this magic item. A small pouch containing dust of dryness in the form of 8 marble-sized pellets that have absorbed hundreds of gallons of water. The pellet's weight is negligible. Someone can use an action to smash a pellet against a hard surface, causing the pellet to shatter and release the water the dust has absorbed. When the pellet is smashed, the act releases a 15-foot cube of water. Doing so ends the pellet's magic and destroys it.
Wow.
Okay, I'm back.
That's
I had
really
to go.
cool. Thank you, Nick.
Sure.
Sure, yeah. I figured, Nick, your character will have no reason not to identify this for a fellow party member, right? Yeah.
No, she definitely would. I had to go shoot a fucking raccoon outside.
What?
America.
Who shoots a raccoon?
I do, because when they start being pests and getting into your trash and start trying to burrow into your fucking house.
Considered locking your garbage can?
It's not the garbage can, it's the house I'm worried about.
Wait, so
anyways,
what'd you
D&D
kill
guys.
it with?
My dad's gun. D&D. Let's go.
My dad's gun.
So with that item identified, you have 8 of those, and I have the handout under the treasure tab. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. And Nick did mention that as your character would have helped a fellow party member and all that, he asked Glyceriad before this, and Glyceriad actually actively faked casting a spell.
You're an asshole.
Right, for one reason or another. And as you cast a spell, like with your practice movements and stuff, I described like Glyceriad just like looking at you, like just glaring. Just jealous.
Thinks he's the only one. Yeah, he thinks he's the only high magic user.
I have a question.
So,
Melania, are you a sorcerer or a wizard?
Well, I
Is
wasn't
it
born
innately
with my
a part of
knowledge.
you?
No, innately, no. I grew up not having these.
Do you think Gelsariad's a sorcerer or a wizard?
Probably neither.
I look at Gelsariad.
sorry, the music is.
Does he? Look
Oh,
like a wizard
Gelsariad.
or-
Probably a wizard. No, because he knows Dunamancy, and that's
Didn't
a
you
school.
see him? Didn't you see that he had a spellbook on him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the spell book's on him, but he also casted Dunamancy magic, and that's something that's not that I know of, not innately.
Interesting. As an elf, Tom, how old does Gelsariad look?
Rumi, this will be. I'm thinking, is it insight or history for this?
I mean,
Probably inside.
Choose one.
So,
Choose one, because both
go
apply in different ways, but yeah, because either you've read about elves and you can just sort of gleam about him. He appears, you're not sure about the exact number, obviously, but he appears to be more than 100, maybe more than 200 years old. And giving that information, you are actually quite surprised with that sort of thought, because wouldn't somebody as him be more practiced in magic then?
Interesting. Well, curious. Anyways, and don't fret about it too much, right? Some people take longer to be good at things than others.
You would know as an
Wait,
elf.
are you saying that out loud?
Yes.
You're right. You would also like to note that Gelsariad is an adult elf's name. They use child names for, like, you know, until they reach adulthood, so.
Oh, fuck me. I have a child's name.
oh,
Galahodu.
What's my adult name, Tom?
I don't know. Whatever you choose when you become an adult.
Whatever mommy tells me when I get back home in 7 years.
Mummy.
mummy uppies.
Uppies?
Mummy,
Uppies?
please. You're 99, cut it out. Mummy, uppies.
But, with that all being said, that's what you know about Gelsariad.
Okay, thank you.
To note, one of your party members has discreetly joined the table. Megan, anything you wish to do at this moment, considering what you've just done?
Nia is content to observe and giggle along at the slightly
Nia is
comical events.
Nia is content with pretending to be human. I'll laugh along. Okay, fair enough. I was just asking to see if you want to go search for your query tonight or leave it for another night. I'm giving you the choice.
Yeah, I'll go search for the one the bird that has too many A's in its name.
Right. Its name is Sharpwatch, but, you know, the races are a cockra. As you go to search for Sharpwatch, with your profession and background, go ahead and roll me like an investigation with advantage. You take an hour or two to search the city, kind of leaving your friends behind to revel, as you investigate to try and find out through discreet interviewing around where his whereabouts are. Eventually, you do find his household near the meat walks on the eastern side of Jigao. Do you wish to leave that original letter on his doorstep, throw a slit in the window? How you go about doing this?
I think Nia would probably like. I'm gonna say she's gonna like knock on the door, and it like do that. Knock on the door.
Okay, cool. So at about 1 or 2 past midnight, you knock on this guy's door. You don't hear a reply. Do you knock again?
Do you guys see any lights about this dwelling?
No. You see there are windows to a dwelling. It's kind of like on stilts because the ground here is mushy and you can't just build a house on this unstable ground. It's a single store though on its stilts, and you don't see a light in any of the windows. And you see another like almost like a treehouse perch from the roof, and you look there and you can barely see, not so much a light, maybe like a candlelight at most, glimmering at the window. And then like a face pressing itself against the window and opening up. You can see like a very fluffy-headed, sleepy bird person look out the window, kind of blinking slowly and then looking down. Can I help you? Just gonna stare? Do you know what time it is?
I do apologize for the late hour, but I had some questions. We spoke earlier in the day at the maze, and I just couldn't help myself, and I wanted to I was hoping that you would let words escape.
Maybe you should sleep on it and come back in the morning. And when you formed your thoughts.
Would I be able to return tomorrow after breakfast?
It's the only time you would be able to return tomorrow. I have to report for work. And I'm afraid that my work is beyond the city walls.
Oh, what time do you leave?
Well, 7. Let's do 7 bells. Okay, gives me time to go back to bed and think about how long I will really want to stay in this town for, with you all knocking at 2 o'clock at night.
I can. Would you mind? I could meet you back here. Before you leave.
No, not here. Not here. I'm not gonna be here. Helter Skelter, 7 bells. Okay, young one.
Where, sorry?
Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter?
The Dynasty Outpost.
Alright.
Alright. Now, if you don't mind, and you see, whether it is because you just woke him up, or another reason, he looks fucking exhausted. Miserable, like, eyes half shut, as if either you just woke him up, or he's already been staying up all night.
As I was talking to him and getting all of these details, I summon my mage hand behind my back and kind of use it to maneuver down from behind my back the original coppery.
Where do you put it?
And it kind of like down low and around. And is there any like pockets or like folds? Or he has feathers. I could kind of like.
Are you trying to put it in his pocket?
Yeah, put it back in his pocket from behind. It goes like the hand goes from behind me and then down along the floor.
You're standing at his door. He's on the 2nd floor in a little lookout thing. Open his window. He is leaning against the windowsill, looking out of a square frame, looking at you directly. Your spell then, which by the way, you have to do some mana components to cast it, a magical spectral hand appears for a moment. You consider your plan, and in your mind's eye, it's pretty much, I'm gonna take this letter and somehow hover my hand, and then like, maybe I'll finagle it from like the rooftop of the frame of the window and try and get it like into the room behind him, essentially. Okay, cool.
Sorry, I wasn't.
This is
I missed the story difference.
This is a very risky maneuver. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. As you're trying to slide of hand this shit into his room.
Oh, wait. That was the wrong one.
That's fine.
The wrong one. You said stealth, not sleight of hand.
It's stealth, I guess.
Nope.
Cool. So as he watches you begin,
Fucking dead.
as he watches you begin to cast a spell with the somatic component, and whisper under your breath, mage hand, and a spectral hand appears, and you begin to bring out your letter. You can see his eyes fucking go wide, and it's just stay right there. Stay right, and he slams the window, and you begin to hear from the inside slamming footsteps as he fucking trips over something inside and begins to sprint down the stairs. What do you do?
I in the doorway.
Right.
In the doorway.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I gotta read this properly.
Fucking from the inside, just fucking tripping with shit.
Yes.
He's 20 feet, 10 feet away from the door from the other side, now approaching it. You can hear him. What do you do? You begin to hear bolts unlock and like one lock after another on the door unlock.
Okay.
What do you do?
Freezes.
I got this.
Yeah.
As I hear the door unlocking, I cast suggestion.
As you see the door unlock and he is inches away from your face, you can see he has actually one hand on a scabbard, and he's about to draw out a blade on you, and he's beginning to hear him speak. You cast suggestion. What do you say in that fraction of 6 seconds?
You do not want to hurt me. You want to take this scroll, forget this evening, and go back to bed.
I suggest you go back to bed. It's a wisdom saving throw, is it?
It's wisdom.
Wisdom? I'll roll a 16. What is your DC?
13. God damn it.
Spellcaster, are you? Smart, alright? Alright, we'll come back to you. We will come back to you. Guys,
Goodness.
revelry continues throughout the night. For another hour, 2, you begin to get tired, and as you think about going to bed, you're like, has anybody seen our 5th member? What do you do?
Yeah, where's Nya?
I see 6 people right now. Are we missing one?
I
Yeah,
can't say I had any eyes on her. Just been kind of enjoying the night, but
I'll take that as a yes.
Maybe she went to bed early.
I would think so.
I'll ask the guy in the front here. It's like, hey, did you see our companion go to bed early?
Your companion?
She's
What does she look like?
the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? She left an hour so ago. I don't know. She left through the front doors.
Oh, she left.
Oh yeah, through the front doors. I don't know. I'm not a babysitter. I'm just a servant here. Sorry, I have to serve the others. Yeah, I'll get to you. Yeah, and he just continues to serve other customers.
Oh, sounds like she's not here.
I wonder where she went.
Looks like she's not here too.
Riot will stand up and well, we can always go search for her if she's not here and hasn't been around for a bit. I'll just try to follow my nose as he literally sucks the octopus out of the pie off his fingers.
well, It's normal for our type to kind of vanish into the shadows a little bit and do some work. Maybe she has something else that she's taking care of, but I wouldn't know of it.
Yeah, she'll come back in
If
the
you're
morning.
if you're not worried, then I won't go look. You would know her better than I.
Nah, hardly. I know she's a what did I call them? An extractor, and somewhat a little sub branch of the expositors in the branch, but
It
I
was
only
just-
know of her name.
If she was just going out to contact somebody, maybe like retrieve something, it shouldn't have taken an hour. She should have been back by now. Taking more than an hour would only be something if, like, she had a job to do. But,
It's possible.
she could be
If
anywhere.
she had a job, she could. I would think she would probably tell us.
Okay.
But it's hard to say.
As the conversation goes on, you guys hear the door of the tavern swing open behind you, Melina, and behind you, Julian. And you see a familiar face, Galvin, walk in. It's Captain Gaz. Followed by another, a woman, Drow, dressed in, I don't want to say regal clothes, but high-class clothes, with the same sort of pin that secures her cloak, in the shape of the Korean Dynasty's sigil. They walk in, quickly scans the room, and Gaz just kind of sees that you guys are right by the door, and she just says, Galvin, your friend, the scaled one. There's a situation.
But of course, lead the way, Gaz. I'm sure we can sort everything out.
Well, can't this
Julian
be
sort of just, like-
something that's sorted out in the morning, or?
No,
No.
this is something we need to sort out now. If you don't mind, come with us. I would hate to use force and make a bad show of the champions of Barrett and all that, but something came up. As Gaz is trying to be casual about this, you can see that the Drow is not at all pleased with the situation, and looks at you all with the same scowl of a bit of a good cop, bad cop situation going on here.
I'd like to
Julian
introduce
just-
myself to the Drow.
Introducing yourself to the Drow,
Yes.
she gives you the courtesy of a single nod, and turns toward the captain. Gaz, I'll see you outside. Let me know if you need shackles. And she makes her way, keeping the sort of door open, waiting for you guys to step outside. I'm gonna remove the door.
Well, on we go, friends.
Shackles, I don't think that'll be necessary. And if this has anything to do with the competition, there was no foul play on any of our parts.
Mm-hmm. Galvin, as you make your way out, you can see a squadron of like half a dozen Aurora Watchmen waiting for you guys outside.
You
Oh,
have got
goodness.
to be kidding.
I would have thought it would take a dozen. Only half.
Now
Well,
again,
eventually.
we're not here to make a show of force. If you're be compliant, innocent to proven guilt and all that, we just have to resolve the situation, and I think that it's better done and more efficiently done. And if you are all in the same room, the faster we resolve this, the better. And I will, if all goes well, let you return to your festivities. This will not take long. You're being too kind to them, Gaz.
Let's make our way then.
Okay.
We will comply.
Right. Unless anybody else resists, you're essentially escorted back all the way to the center of town. It is midnight, but you can see that the Drow do not sleep. They are on constant shifts, and the patrol guards around Helter Skelter are even thicker in number now. Megan, I wouldn't say it's often you find yourself inside a jail cell. And it's not a pleasant sensation either. Less of a pleasant sensation is the company in which you find yourself. Body odor does not describe the stench of this place. It smells like somewhere where you'd probably you'd probably have kept somebody unwashed for months on end. But you're here. as pretty much what happened, guards were summoned, and unless you had a death wish rather in mind, you were essentially escorted by about half a dozen to a dozen troops back into Helskether and put beyond lock, all the while overwatched by Sharpwatch behind the bars, as the rest went on to get the rest of them, as Sharpwatch described, sort of going off memory and remembering you guys as the victors and all that. Curiously enough, not only that, you know what? We'll get back to it. I'm gonna handle one thing at a time. You guys, the rest of the party, are escorted to the Diddelkahinchen. Fuck, I can't pronounce that word for the life of me. This building over yonder.
No hecahedron.
Thank you. By Gaz and another individual over here. As the rest of the guards sort of linger about at the outside of the building, they enter the building and usher you in to the room. As you guys walk in, you can see your friend behind bars.
Ah, now would you look at that? I never thought I'd see her in one of these places.
There has to be some kind of misunderstanding. We've been...
Right, it's just fucking pushed in at this point. If he lingers about, you just get tossed in by the guards, and you hear the door close behind you.
Rye's still eating his pie. He hasn't looked up since.
Fair enough. As just
that pie.
You feel the gentle poke of like a spear behind your back, and you're like, oh, and you go up.
Oh shit!
Inside, with a wave of her hand, the drow just like closes the door with like some thaumaturgic magic, and sits down on the stairs, very casual like. Rubs the bridge of her nose, and just sort of goes, right. Let's get this over with. I don't know what your connection is, so I would have your side of the story first. And you see Sharpwatch, the Arkokra, bring up a bundle, a satchel, with like a letter attached to it. Opened. And the drow just sort of points to it and says, tell us what you know.
But what?
About this.
That
What's
was
that?
in the maze. I think. Did you lose that or something?
I want to hear your side of the story first. I'm giving you guys an opportunity to either tell the truth or make up a lie. Either way.
Truth is that we don't know anything about it. We've been busy with the games all day, and we have no reason to steal from this, not man, this being, for some documents that we don't even know what they pertain to.
Out of character, we're not supposed to even know that this was stolen.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't, because I
So,
wasn't
it
there.
sounds really weird.
None
It
of
sounds
us
really
know.
weird when you
Amazed.
say. It sounds really weird when you say we would never steal such a thing. When it's like, why would you even think to mention this?
Well, it sounds...
Because
well,
that's
sorry,
the
maybe
implication.
that's how I know. Like,
That's
I
the-
personally know.
That's the
but-
insightful response to implication here. Otherwise, your friend will not be behind bars then. Well, to lie to me is essentially a death sentence. Luckily for you, you're not lying. Ask me not how I know. That's my job as Inquisitor. I suppose introductions are in order. I am Thea Oleos, Grand Inquisitor to the task hand here, in what most people call the Helter Skelter, but I highly disagree, for we are not a chaotic organization. We are quite efficient in routing out the truth. I have not questioned yet your friend there. I want everybody to be present. To commit the crime of theft is a mere fine. However, due to the sensitive information contained within this letter, you and I will have to reach some sort of an agreement. I'm no executioner, and I've kept an eye on a lot of you. It would be a waste of potential to execute one such as yourselves. I will ask you this once, and for the sake of your lives, I would say, do not lie to me. Is any among you spies of the Empire? All the while she's asking this question, you can see that she is squeezing between her fingers this like jewel of like a black gem, like almost like a piece of round obsidian that glows a soft purple as she's speaking.
I can only speak for myself, but no. I am a member of the Cobalt Soul.
Nope, not a single one of us.
Nope, just a traveler.
Just a wanderer from a far land. Nothing to do with whatever the Empire has to do here.
And lastly, she turns toward you, Megan, and she looks, and you? What allegiance do you serve? What allegiance do you serve?
I, like my comrade over here, am a member of the Cobalt. Oh god, what are they called again?
Library of the Cobalt Soul.
I will make this clear, then. If your allegiance stand with the Empire, consider yourself hereby recruited by proxy. Or at least those among you who had their hands upon this letter. I can no longer entrust that word of it would not be spilt, for I cannot hold you to a promise. I could hold you to a bond of service, however.
What would that service entail?
Hold on. What exactly is on these documents, anyways? We don't even know
We
that.
don't even.
We don't even know
what this is.
what she's being punished for. We're jumping the gun here.
Perhaps the truth shall be revealed in Aloxan's light, then. And she swivels the stone once again, and she turns towards you, Megan, and says, Child, what were you doing with this possession in your hands?
I am simply a creature of curiosity and forever searching for knowledge. And I came
Interesting.
across this piece of information to my dismay and was attempting to return it. Thus, why else would I disturb a creature at such an odd godly hour, if not to return it?
Interesting. The stone in her hands does not change color. Not a lie. But one thing remains, unfortunately. Do you know the contents of that which are held within?
I do. I have seen the words, but do not understand their meaning.
Okay, Megan, make me a wisdom check. Saving throw, rather.
Saving throw?
Yes. You can feel a certain weight upon your mind as you say the sentence, and it feels like you're pushing. Oh no! It feels like you're pushing against those words, and as you suffer 5 psychic damage, and you visibly flinch as the stone flashes red. A lie. It's as I feared. Luckily for you, I present before you a choice. While your companions are ignorant to the severity of the crime committed, you hold within your head information not bequeathed upon you. I offer you this. A mind wipe. Wipe away the memory of what you have seen, and proceed onwards, unmolested by the forces of law or the blade of that same law. We are, after all, civil, and we have the means. But such information...
A mind wipe of my knowledge of the contents of the letter?
And just. Nothing more.
I do find that fit. As I said, I came across this by unfortunate means, and I do apologize for my treading on waters that I was not meant to be.
Fair enough. Then let's make this quick, shall we? I, after all, have duties to fulfill. Any objections from your fellow fellas? Any guardians among you who are, by any extension, her legal guardians? I don't know what your deal is.
This is just her, right? Or is it the whole party?
No, you guys spoke the truth. She,
Okay.
as an inquisitor, it is capable of sensing that. All right. You watch her approach as if nobody says otherwise. And as you approach the bars, she places a single hand on your forehead. And your vision blurs. Everything in the room begins to swim. Lines become infinite toward the horizon, zooming outwards as you lose sensation of your weight. You look about and you find yourself in a certain void, fractal infinite of the room around you. Infinite versions of yourself, the rain. Reflections upon reflections upon reflections. Slowly, you raise your arm just to look at it, and you can see the other reflections raise their arm with a slight delay. It is as if you're watching your life all at once stretch a few seconds in either direction. And then to one direction, the past, you can see images of where you were up until the point where you held the letter in your hands. And that image begins to slowly blur out into a misty residue. And then all turns into this like silvery mist of grey. And then you find yourself back in the room, blinking, with no recollection of having read the letter. But keep that in mind, considering what you have in your inventory. With that, she raises her hand off and says, I trust that this matter is closed. Of course, while treason will not be charged here, for none of you have sworn allegiance to the Empire, and a waste of your talents would be should we execute you, a fine, nonetheless, will be charged.
What price?
You have a choice. We have little use for money around here, especially since half of us are moving on. But a favor, perhaps. I do not mean to use this as a blackmailing moment in any sense of the word, but I do hope that you see this mercy as a sort of payment forward. I am just. I do not want to think of myself as an enemy to friends of the dynasty. She goes back to sit on the stairs. My brother ventured out there, into the wastes. I haven't heard from him since. I simply wish to receive word of his fate. He shares my last name, that of the Grand House of Olius. If you would be so kind as to return my mercy here by seeking out my brother, dead or alive, and returning word to here, to the outpost, I would consider this debt repaid. I would not in any form hold you to it, of course. It is a choice of moral for you. I see that there are good hearts here, good souls. I can see into your minds and into your fates. Locks and given, you will have success on this mission given. Please, consider it. And for a moment, now that the deed is done, her otherwise indifferent or cruel or cold demeanor melts away a little bit. She seems to be a little bit more pleading.
Julian will nod his head and say, of course, we greatly appreciate the kindness that you have shown our companion here and us. We'll look for your brother. What is your name?
She
Can you spell it?
Yeah. Thea Olius. Dan Olius.
Ooh, Denolios. Okay.
Now, as sensation numbness sort of goes away, begrudgingly you see Sharpwatch open the door of the cell and let your companion out before slamming it shut. The other cellmates asleep try to like huddle in their blankets, trying not to draw too much attention at the moment. Go. I would not keep the champions of merit from the revelry or rest.
Thank you again. And I'll turn around and make my way. So, to the exit.
Cool.
I have a question.
Galvin, go for it.
Does she look married?
Bruh.
You look for a
Brian
ring
is
on her
gonna
finger.
grab him by the back.
You
start
look
pulling
for
away.
guys. You look for a ring on her finger, and you see several.
Damn it.
Roll me history. This will be a history. Solid. This will be history of the trial.
Alright, elf boy. Hit him with that +3. Do it, elf boy. Do it. Damn it, elf boy.
Garbage is my rules.
Maybe she has several husbands.
Several husbands?
She has like
Galvin
several rings.
contemplates for the second. That drow might practice.
Polly.
Why don't you ask Julian?
Galvin will note to ask Julian later if the drow practice multiple husbands and wives. Curious. Galvin turns around quickly.
You can okay. You consider was something wrong with the door? Is it closed again?
Julian's fat ass is in the way.
No, it's
I
closed.
want to
again.
I'll be
Yeah.
the last one to leave.
Yeah, that's fine. All things considered, you know, some of you might wonder yourself like, wow, we got away easy on that one. Perhaps.
Yeah, as we leave, Julian's like, lets out a deep sigh. He's like, holy shit, I thought this was gonna be about our benefactor. Nya, what happened?
Julian, we're still in the room.
Not quite
You-
sure. It's a little fuzzy, but I do recall just some really, really horrible luck. But other than that, I don't. I have. It's a
Right,
bit
they might your
blurred.
memory.
I
What
wonder
what
how
are
that works.
Thankfully, we got off with just a slap on the wrist. Less than a slap on the wrist. It was more just like a scolding.
Well,
And in a way, I don't mind the excuse for a new adventure. How about you?
I don't know.
I was hoping to actually use this as an opportunity to make more connections, but it seems like all she wants is her brother back, and that will be the end of it.
Wouldn't that make a meaningful connection?
Perhaps.
How about this, Julian? I plan on coming back in the morning. Seeing about signing up for the Aurora Watch. Needing armor and all. Perhaps it will be, virtuous endeavor. I now know several people in prominence here. Perhaps we can get you those contacts you seek.
If you sign up, would you be able to go on adventures, do whatever you want, but they have you
I'll
on
give you a
guard
little
duty
wink.
forever?
Give a little wink.
As the conversation aside continues for a moment, Melina, with a 16 perception, you linger about and you watch. I don't know if you want to say anything to her or to the rest of them. Because
No, to Thea.
Okay. Thea gets up for a moment and fiddles with the stone in her hand. And what you see, it's a very brief moment. She graces her finger, the same one she touched Nia's forehead with, and a little mote of grey glows out of the fingertip and into the stone. You are not... Go ahead and roll me Arcana, actually, as well, because you notice it, but you do recognize it. Arcana.
I think I have an idea of what you're going for. But
You
yeah,
have a gut feeling, but Arcana is to confirm 100%. Okay. You know it's Dunamancy. You're not sure what kind of.
Right.
But as it goes into stone, you catch a glimmer of something within her palm before she closes it. As she goes to close it, an image appears. That of Nya. And it's a shifting image. Nya, then a younger version, and perhaps a more elderly version. And as she closes her palm, you can see it's a deathbed. Like Nia's body lying corpse down, like in a casket or a deathbed or something. You're not sure because the image then blurs away as she palms it. She goes to turn to go away, but you want to say something.
I would say apologies, Your Grace, for lingering about, but
Your Grace.
I hope. Well, I don't know. What does she go by? Or no, what's her name? Not Grace. I wrote down a different Grand Inquisitor. Sorry.
Fair enough. No, she doesn't correct you. She just like amusingly like Your Grace.
No, I nixed that. I didn't say Grace because I mixed it with some other stuff I had.
Draw would not correct you with that sort of attitude. She actually seems pleased about that. Go on.
Grand Inquisitor Thea. Apologies for the way that things transpired in tonight, but please don't look down upon the Library of the Cobalt Soul. It's in our grand, nature to be inquisitive and to find out the secrets of, the past and everything, but don't think that we're all so mischievous. Basically just trying to clear the name of like the library, like, hey, we're not bad like spies or anything, and obviously she knows that now, but just clearing any,
How old are you, darling?
I'm 37.
3 decades? 3.5?
37.
That is admirable. But you are still a short-lived race. I myself will enter my 5th century, and I have had relations with the Cobalt Soul since their inception, I believe. Well, second inception, I suppose. And while your organization focuses on the discovery of the past, mine deals in the future. And like the first Radiance, her future looks bright. Do not worry. Do not stress. Things happen, but ripples upon the infinite river that is fate. Radiance given, she will see to hers, and you will see to yours. She's not destined to die in a cell or to the blade of the law, and this was but a step toward something bigger. I do not condone the actions of the Cobalt Soul, but I do ask that you keep an eye on her. Not all will be as forgiving. House Olios prides itself with our justice. House Thelis would have likely cut off the strand of her fate too early.
Melina would just, for the most part, just listen in, heed her words, and
There's
say,
something on your mind.
no, well, I'm glad it to be resolved without violence, and
Oh, there will be violence. Just not toward her. And she looks toward, like, Overwatch.
Yeah. I will be vigilant in making sure that no thievery or any wrongdoing to the Kryn dynasty while our time here in Jigal would happen. And it would be a pleasure for us to go look for your brother.
Please.
And then I would just give a small nod of, respect. And then just about face and walk out. Just like searching and like fumbling for like my tinder box and tobacco.
As you turn
Not
around
smoking on the inside.
and you begin to like prepare your tobacco and you step outside, as the door about to close, you can hear, "I like her," and then like she begins to head upstairs.
It's outside, lights that cigarette up. She almost wants to smoke too, just to get some kind of like
Hands fucking
high.
shaking. Yeah.
Yeah, hands are shaking. I hope you all just realize that we barely just narrowly escaped that, and with the war going on, we should And I would look to Galvin, and then like that item you have, you better throw it in the ocean.
What item? I have nothing of what you speak of.
Exactly, ocean. Go.
I'm serious. I don't have whatever you're speaking of.
Whatever it
I don't
is,
know.
whatever you got. Whoever has it, get rid of it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
She's referring to the key.
Oh, I have that.
Get rid of it.
Perhaps.
Perhaps indeed. The real item, on the other hand, none of us know about, I don't think, so... Ripperoni, pepperoni.
Yeah, nobody else knows about it.
Somewhere in the bottom of your
even
satchel
you.
is a letter you've written to
He
yourself.
doesn't remember it either.
Yeah, somewhere in the bottom of your bag is a letter you've written to yourself, and like straight out of Memento. You just have to like come across it.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I don't have anything else to do roleplay-wise in the evening.
We're presumably walking
I
away
do
from
say
this
this
building,
seems to have
right?
been.
So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
yeah, so we're not
Say that
just, like,
again?
right in front. We're presumably walking away from while we're having these conversations, right? So
Yeah,
nobody's,
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Need to be on our
Nya,
way.
I don't know exactly what happened, but in the future, try to go over anything that you want to do with us first.
My apologies. From my vague recollection, this was supposed to be a simple task. But I will.
To be clear, just so it's easier on you, Megan, what you do remember is you took something from that Orococro. It was a piece of paper. You stare into it, but when the memory of the paper, like when you remember opening it and reading it, in your mind the page is just blank. It's just a blur. So
okay.
it's not like she fucking gave you a lobotomy. You don't remember what you read.
Okay.
Yes.
Works. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Wait, that means I should know that I wrote the thing, that I made a copy of it.
Yes.
Not a memento. I just don't know what's on it, but I know
Yes.
that I wrote it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the funny roundabout thing about this whole interaction here.
Why do you think it was such an easy decision? Okay. As we return towards, as they continue walking, Nya returns commentary with Lorian. It was supposed to be a simple task. Unfortunately, it went awry. However, I do believe when we get back to our inn, I do hope that is the direction we are headed, as I don't know about my fellow companions, but my fellow companions, but I am rather tired. But before we perhaps hit the pillows, I do believe I have some information to share.
Well, do we want to rest now, or do we want to go look for Thea's brother? Personally, I'm feeling
We all
Right.
need to rest before we go looking for anything else.
Well,
Yeah.
we have a lot to do. I mean, Theo's brother will have to. What am I trying to say? We're gonna have to go do that and clear our names. But in the morning, I don't know. I wanted to bring it up, but maybe we should talk to the old orc Ushru and maybe explain what we found down below, or try to hit some of the archive to see if we can find more about what we found in the grotto.
Ooh.
Maybe try to see how maybe they'll cross paths or something and we get lucky.
Brilliant
Interesting.
idea. I believe that I do have information to share. However, it is up to you as to if you wish to know it this evening, or if you would like to discover it once we have left Geo.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Nia? I was reading the chat. I'm sorry.
I'm typing in chat because I don't want to interrupt her, but you're reading chat because you don't want to interrupt me.
Yeah.
I do have information for us to discover together, and I leave it to you as to whether we would like to discover that this evening or would like to discover it once we've cleared the walls of Jigao.
Let's go over that together in a room.
You go to your room. You're in your room. Let's go.
Okay, but
All
what
of us are in
information?
one room.
Now, I do not remember what it is that. Are we all in a room? Are we?
Yes, you're in a room. You're in private.
Before I remove the letter from, or the copied scroll from my bag, I like to check around to make sure nobody is eavesdropping.
Fair enough. Within visual, you're pretty certain nobody's eavesdropping.
We're good?
We're good.
If it's alright with the party, I don't want to know this, so I'm gonna step outside of the door.
What is this information pertaining to exactly?
I do not know. All I know is that though she may have wept my memory, I did.
Nope. I'm out. I'm out the door. I'm with Galvin.
Yeah,
I don't want to know.
I'm gonna go wash my face in the basin.
We literally just barely escaped death. Like there's a war going on, and we almost got treated for not treated. We almost got.
I did give you guys the option. I did give you guys the option whether you did or didn't want to discover this with me.
No.
You could have just said no, and we could have skipped this.
Perhaps it is
Ryan's
best.
hiding his own room.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be a part of this.
Perhaps it is best to burn that parchment without even.
There's a candle right there.
As I stated earlier in this, I am a creature of curiosity, and though I will not bite the same finger twice, I don't feel it prudent to get rid of the information quite yet. But I do agree that perhaps we should let sleeping cats lie for the time being. And put the scroll
what are you
back
thinking of
in our
doing with
satchel,
it?
unopened.
What are you thinking of doing with it?
Yeah. She doesn't know what's on it.
And
Only
read it.
that from
Sometimes
everything that's happened this evening, it is hella important.
Popping her head back in, Melina.
No. Sometimes it's Sometimes it's best to just leave things as they are. Curiosity can kill. And very, I don't want to be attached to that.
Nick made the point of like whatever fate you just escaped might. It seems like Melina knows what she's talking about. You've probably escaped a long jail sentence, if not execution, just in the way that the Helter Skelter, hence the name, handles their investigations. And keeping a piece of paper kind of invites that back, so it's 100% your choice. But
wait, you guys just went quiet. I didn't hear anything.
Okay, as long as Megan heard me, that's what matters. That was like the word Megan. Yeah, just reiterating what Nick said. That's all. No pressure. Just know the full implications of what you're holding.
Yeah, there's no pressure. Do whatever.
But I know if the syndicate would want something like this. Perhaps we could just sell it without reading it.
Oh.
It's hard because you don't even know what it is. You just know that she got arrested for it, and the Inquisitor spoke about execution. So
y'all want to die? You got die.
I mean, hear me out. We don't have to read it. we could just tell our benefactor that we have vital information for the war, and we could just give it to them, and then they can judge whether or not it's valuable.
To be fair, to answer
Okay.
his question, would a syndicate care about war documentations? Depends what the details therein are. Generally speaking, no, unless it like benefits a business, right? Something like yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's troop movements, yes, because then the Myriad would know how to avoid them. But other than that,
True.
probably
Or
not.
like say if like a soldiers abandon a post for like a day for other soldiers and there's like a hole in patrol, they'll be like, well, we can smuggle that shit out of there before they arrive. It depends on the situation, right? It's just that what your characters know is like there was a piece of parchment that she held up and she's like, if you know what's on here, that is you're being sent to Rosanna essentially for trial. I don't want to do that because I have so much to handle, said the infiltrator. I have the whole Jigga to handle. I can just end this by cheating the system and doing Helter Skelter style, and I can just wipe her memory and get this done with. If everybody consent, it's easier for her to do that. That's what she does. That's why they're called Helter Skelter, because they're messy like that. Things are not as simple because you still have that piece of paper. Now, the rain lies the choice.
Let's just burn it.
I think it's Megan's choice overall.
Right.
It is.
It is your choice, Megan.
Party drama.
There,
I can't hear.
So I
Under normal circumstances, I would say that it's easy
Julian,
to
stop.
No.
Hold on,
She was
Julian,
talking.
let her finish because I literally want to know what Megan is saying.
is making it up as it goes.
Okay, how about this? Let her sleep on it. She'll make a decision.
Yeah, that's fine. We can end things a little bit just to give us, some time to like think about stuff in RP maybe, and then when we come back next session, be like, all right, cool. Like
Do you have
now
to
we
go?
have well formulated.
I'm good with.
Well, does she want to think or?
Yeah, I think she does because in her mind, to her, this is important, and she really is curious, and has a significant interest in the Aurora Watch and finding their secrets and how they work.
Yeah, your choice. If it's worth dying for, go for it.
Under
Okay,
normal
we've all-
circumstances, I would say that it is really easy to just keep this type of.
Go for it.
I was going
She's going to keep
under
it,
normal.
but she will not, as she stated already, she's going to let sleeping cats lie and has put it back to the bottom of her bag.
Cool. And Lorian?
I was saying, under normal circumstances, it should be really easy to just keep this type of information like a secret. Like if you hadn't gone back and tried to return it, there's like no reason that it should ever be like a risk. But because now we have
However,
a connection
the lack
with
of
now because we
information is
Let him finish.
incriminating.
Oh, let
Megan.
him finish.
I'm finished.
but because now that we have a connection with them, now that they know them, now that we're going to meet with them in the future, and we don't know if maybe they'll do like a second check to make sure like we really don't know anything, it's too much of a risk to be playing with that type of information.
Lorian
That's
just saved
fucking
your life.
smart.
Lorian
Yep.
just saved your life.
What?
I said Lorian just saved your life.
I wanted to bring up the well, I can do it in RP, but I don't know if I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make that sound like I wanted to end things here and now. I thought she wanted to take the time, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess we were ending. I'm okay to go for a little bit.
Your call. Your group call. I'm good to go as well. I'm just saying, Megan, you don't have to make a decision now. Under pressure, you can think about it. I will not be a mean DM about this. I'll give you time. You have, after all, bought yourself some time. The whole thing with the Inquisitors is you just don't lie to them. You can do, like, gray area sentences, but you just don't lie. And if you do lie,
flirt
then
with the Inquisitors.
that's not a lie, is it?
No.
You can flirt. Just remember that you're flirting with me.
I
Ew.
know. It's
Yeah,
always
exactly.
with
So
Tom.
don't do it.
It's always with Tom.
Yeah. Man, man, how do we make like the rivals our friends? Oh, it's easy, Tom. Just make them hot. But fair enough. I just wanna. I'm gonna have to keep going. I'll give time for Megan to think about things. I just want to keep the session going to like next day. Yeah.
Yeah. Next day.
Yeah, we can rest.
Cool. Jillian, your room. Go to your room.
You all get to witness my morning ritual, assuming you're awake.
Well, we'll go to sleep first. And let me read something off here.
Tom's reading, guys.
Well, okay, question. While you guys were reveling, where is the jewel?
I have it.
Lena has it.
Okay, and Melina, what do you do with it?
At night, she's gonna work. Well, what time did we get back with everything? Like, what time did we get back
It's
into
like
our
3
rooms?
o'clock in the morning. You're fucking dead tired.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah, after all that, I would have loved to work through the night just a little bit to get some info on it, but...
You can. You'll be ruling Constitution saving throws at this point.
Nah, she'll... With everything that's going on with the competition, like, just physically and mentally, like, there's just a breaking point. No, but she'll retire. She has the jewel, and she will... like kind of lay in bed, kind of fiddle with it, just look at it from side to side, see if it like opens, if there's any inscribing, just real basic, just easy stuff like off the get-go.
Okay, so what you do notice that it doesn't open in any sort of way, but you do see that it's like a puzzle piece, you know, like a jigsaw. There are places where it fits and places where something fits it along like the sides, the rim of the medallion.
Okay, interesting. Another little, maybe a key of sort. Not knowing what that would be, I would want to take 10 minutes though, just to... Galceria said there was no magic in it or whatever, but if I was to take the 10 minutes and to identify, would that yield any information, or would I just know innately, be like, there's absolutely nothing to this?
What kind of check? What are you trying to find out?
Can I identify it?
Oh, you can identify it using the identify spell.
Yes.
You take... How long does the spell last, by the way? Because I need to know. It's 10 minutes, right? Or an hour. I don't remember. 10 minutes.
It's instantaneous.
So 10 minutes plus one round. Okay. So it takes you 10 minutes to cast it without wasting a spell slot or whatever. And you identify it. Let me see here. Okay. As the spell completes, the item seems to whisper to him. It is an ancient thing. Something that would probably belong in a museum or a library of the Couple's Soul, one of the reserves, surely in the capital, perhaps all the way in Rextrum. Not here in the depths of nowhere. For this jewel, it is what is called a vestige of divergence. You hold the glittering golden disc attached to its fine golden chain. And you note that in your grasp, it has actually shrunk a little bit, the chain, to fit somebody more slender like yourself rather than the average person. And you feel a thrum of magic through it. That of prime divinity. The moon's light reverberating off its surface. The golden surface like that of a gold coin. And the beating like that of an arch heart. You feel Sehanine's power thrum within the dormant heart. And the power of two others, though more silent. Dormant. Are waiting to be reawakened. Reawakened by what? A hero? Heroes? You? This lot? These petty criminals? Or troublemakers? Perhaps. Surely, individuals who will follow in the previous owner's footsteps. As you identify it, you get a sense of its properties. This is an abjuration sort of magic that flows through it. Divine in nature, though, allowing one to avoid attacks and assaults upon thyself, and to shield thyself against such attacks and threats. It also has an innate glow to it that now that you hold it in the darkness, as it absorbs the moon's light, you can see a slight radiance to it that perhaps can be awakened to even greater strength. Most of all, you feel a sensation of evocation. The divinity within granting you and others access to powers otherwise beyond their reach. The promise of a mote of exaltation. You're not sure, however, for attunement is required to this item to become one with it to truly discover what that power is. And you get a sense that this power calls differently for each individual. An item that shifts to suit its wearer. A source of light, a source of protection, a mote of exaltation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It takes what, an hour to attune?
Yes.
Okay. Knowing that this can go down a rabbit hole, but because we all share in the glory, I want to wait to attune to it to the next morning and grab everyone's attention. Everyone's asleep. It's probably like 3:30.
Yeah.
Fucking dead tired. I'm proud that I was able to decipher some of this stuff, and I'm going to use some of my parchment and ink that I have, and I'm jotting these notes down about everything that you just gave me, and just knowing that, like, oh my god, like, I'm onto something. Like, there's something here. And Gelseri, I thought it was just there was nothing left. Amateur. Anyways.
Show them.
And I'm going to go to sleep with an actual, like, smirk on my face, knowing that we found something great, but also we overcame a lot of trials today. And in the morning, I want to share that information with everyone. And then into the meantime, I would just grab my little poetry book and then fall asleep.
Okay. You fall asleep. A spill of black ink upon your sheets. For you're that tired. You fell asleep with the quill still in your hands, the notebook slothing off to the side, and your head resting against the headboard. All of you. You find night's rest, and with sleep...
Riot would wait until Galvin's asleep before he would actually talk to the traveler.
Okay, go for it.
While Galvin is asleep, Riot would sit at the side of his bed, looking down at his hands. If you're listening, you might be off, far away, but today we did some pretty interesting things. We almost actually went into this place called Helter Skelter. Don't know what it is, but somebody got in. I really wanted to help. No idea how, though. All I could do was play a flute. But I also realized that I can't really do all the things you want me to do. Have a little bit of fun, cause a little bit of chaos. I don't know how to do that without getting caught all the time. Maybe if there was a way that you could help me, help everybody I'm with, and maybe help me do what you want me to do. Is there something you do to help me? Well,
as you speak into the dim darkness, you feel a slight breeze at the window, and your candle beside your bedside goes out. Your feline senses go on edge a little bit as you stare into that darkness, into the grey, the mote of smoke trailing across the room. And in that mote of smoke, an apparition shapes itself slowly. Tall, slender, back straight, face veiled beneath a green hood, a familiar sight. The individual sits beside your bed. You can feel the mattress creak a little bit, and there's a weight there, but figure ethereal, and a smile permanently grinning upon his face, and he says, "Perhaps what you need is a mask."
Mask? What would it
And-
do?
Change. It is part of chaos. And you too will change. You'll see. Here. A gift. And he just reaches out a hand and toward his face. And as he pulls away his hand from his face, the face melts away into a mote of smoke, and his entire figure disappears, melding away so that only the arm and hand remain, and then the arm turns around, stretches toward your face, places itself upon you, and you feel a soft touch, and you feel change. A gift from the traveler. A mask.
Riot would smile and say thank you for all your help, and I will continue doing exactly what you asked me to do. With the smile, he would flip over into the bed and go to sleep.
And as you go to sleep, you watch as the candle returns with a flame. You stare at it for a while, and then senses begin to drift off. And with nice rest comes sleep, comes dreams. Your dreams are that of gold, that of a golden amulet, of that endless dark expanse. You all see a pool of blood rising from which are countless hands lunging upwards out of the crimson to grasp at the golden amulet. In turn, all the hands fall back into the pool until only one pair remains. And from the pool of blood, a man, handsome, youthful, with curly hair and a somber expression, claims the amulet himself. And he turns to you, and you hear him say, the voice reverberating through the depth, "Behold, Sehanine's gift, a vestige of the past. From the cusp of the age of Arcanum, when the gods diminished their influence on Exandria. In our hands is the penance, an enchanted relic of the divergence, the jewel of 3 prayers. The first prayer, to Sehanine, the Moonweaver. I gift unto you her spark, as I have possessed it long ago, so that it may aid you on the course upon which you must embark. You must find me. I left a trace in that place of grim evil, where the memory of the calamity lingers still within the beating fiendish heart that mars this land with its demonic incursion. You will find me there. It is there, in the southeast, past the barbed fields and the Penumbra Range, amid the ruins of a black temple built upon the grey mountain rock. Find me in Bezazan. Come morning, come dawn, you awake from dream.
Can I try to do something that
Yeah.
night before going to sleep?
Sure.
Could I have tried to I just want to try to inspect the spear and attune to it if possible.
Sure. Inspecting the spear is easily enough. It is a moon-touched spear. Here's the handout for it. In darkness, the spear's blade sheds moonlight, creating a bright light in 15-foot rays and a dim light in an additional 15 feet. This light cannot be extinguished. Once per dawn, when you miss an attack with a spear, you can use your bonus action to move up to half your movement speed without provoking an opportunity of attack. Without being identified, do you still wish to attune to it?
Interesting. I'll still attend to it. Here's a question. Does that ability work even if you don't have any movement left? So if I move like my full 30 feet and then I miss an attack, can I move 15 feet?
No, up to half your remaining movement. You want me to change to remaining?
Remaining movement. Okay.
Well, it's not
Um,
remaining. I'll tell you why. Because if your remaining movement is 20, but half your max movement is 15 because you have 30, or whatever it is in your case, then you can move 15. You
Gotcha.
need up to half your movement, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it says up to half to your, yeah. So if you have 0 movement left on your turn, unfortunately it's not Misty Step.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on. No, that doesn't make sense, because then why the fuck would you have this item? Maybe I wrote it wrong. It is Misty Step. I'm gonna say up to
It's
your max movement, that should say. That's why, okay.
30 feet then.
Yes, up to your max
Is it-
movement, isn't it?
This
As
is a
bonus.
legit Misty Step, or is it like you're just running?
Well, Misty Step will be 30 feet. Whereas this is, you can move without, no, it's not teleportation. You can move without provoking
that's all
an
it is.
attack
Disengage.
opportunity. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought you meant like a real Misty Step. I was like, oh fuck, that's dope.
I won't attend to it for now.
Okay. Come morning, come dawn, you awaken. Senses returning. The smell of pie from the first floor.
Before Galvin wakes up, Riot is going to use the mask to literally change into Galvin, and all of his outfit and clothes, and just looking straight at him as he wakes up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm awake before you by a couple hours. I only need to
No,
sleep
no,
for-
no, no, no. Riot is going to be Galvin awake this time. I don't care.
Enjoy not getting your full 8 hours of sleep.
Oh damn it! Never mind. I have to. Fuck.
You can still do it anyways for lulz.
I'll still do it though. I'll come down the stairs looking like Galvin.
Okay, well, so Galvin is gonna be outside in the courtyard, training in the morning, and then I guess you'll come out as well.
Courtyard. Sure. Go ahead. It's your roleplay, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna try sneaking up behind him as best as I can out of the door.
Cool. He is training. He still has his passive perception. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Using your stats, obviously.
Fuck.
Meets it beats.
Yeah.
He's
That-
the one rolling, so he would beat your passive.
Your passive perception is 11?
Yeah.
Damn.
God damn it.
I have low wisdom.
Fair
So
enough.
he would see me.
Yeah.
Okay, I would try coming up behind him as best I can. They'd be like, "Hello, Galvin."
Wait, hang on, real quick. Don't ties
What?
usually go to the person who's rolling the dice?
No.
So it would be.
No,
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
saying
let the
he
DM
rolled
handle
an
the game.
11.
Yeah, his perception detects the stealth. Yep. Hello, Galvin.
Hello, Galvin.
How are you doing today?
How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine. Like to Oh, that would hit
As soon
me.
as you say it, is the last syllable out of your mouth.
That would hit me. Both 20s definitely do hit. So I would take 13 damage.
It's the blunt side of the sword.
Okay. Very well done. Now it's my turn. That misses.
Damn, that do miss.
Right.
Is that the best you have, student?
Damn it. Well, it's always really hard, and trying to dress and act like you is very distracting.
Where did you get the clothes? Seeing as I'm wearing mine.
Riot would grin with Galvin's face once more, but then raise his left hand and as the left hand would appear, you would see like almost a green mask, like a kind of a shimmering green mask, and almost would have like the jester-looking eyes and like a happy face, like a happy face grin of a jester's mask. And then it would just appear in his hands, and he would look like Ride again. And then as he removed his hand away, the mask would vanish.
Interesting. A gift from the traveler, then, I take it.
Yes, he came and visited me last night.
Fantastic. When was the last time he visited?
It's been about a couple of months. He's been around though.
I'll be
He
honest,
helped-
I have also good news. I've been practicing something. Care to see?
Yeah. What are you practicing?
I opened my eyes. This entire time they've been closed.
Do I need to do a wisdom save to see if Riot goes into shock or something? Your eyes open?
No, I beat you. And
This entire campaign, and the pre-campaign, my eyes were closed.
the end of
That's
the
so,
last.
that's a book of Eli right there,
Right? I take off my sunglasses. I'm actually blind. Like,
bro. That'd be a good finish.
yeah, I unsheath my sword, but instead of a blade, you just see it's a blind man's cane.
Blind man.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go for it. It's funny.
So
Why
unimpressed
can I
with this
never?
dude.
Why can never RP everyone?
It was a good RP. It's funny at the same time. All right, guys. It is 9:25. Good session. I thought we were going to be on the road an hour into the session, but it's fine, I guess. I mean, I've prepared like 7 days worth of encounters, and I'm like, they're going to get on the road eventually. Like, not even out of jig out, like 3.5 hours later. Whatever. I guess I'm having fun, though. Fucking Megan gets arrested. But I'll let.
Expect one of us get arrested?
I mean,
Someone always gets arrested.
for different reasons. I didn't expect Megan to mage hand in front of somebody's face.
Horrific. I totally didn't realize. I totally lacked or missed the important tidbit of different stories. Somehow that whacked across my brain. Also, the fact that I had shitty ass rolls, natural 1, and then I rolled a 2 and a 3. I think also today. I just had shit ass rolls.
Get him on the way early.
I just expended my luck for the week on those 220s. So, yeah.
Yeah, we had a bunch of 20s last session, and so like the game's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna fucking humble you real quick, and then here we go.
Here we go.
Here
I
we
was lucky on
go.
my rolls. Every time we need to search for something or get through something, it was fine. I just failed in all the RP rolls.
It'd be like that.
It do be like that. All right, so we're gonna call it a session here. And
To look like Galvin.
yeah, and you guys can figure out plans for next session. I just don't want to hold people who need to go to bed and stuff. I hope you will get on the road by next session.
Oh my god.
He's just
3
like,
more
"He's
hours in
not-
Chicago,
Nah.
buddy.
That was fun though. That was a good session.
This party be like, I heard your previous party took 12 actual in-life days to travel across Grojas. Watch us never leave Jigo.
You said this campaign is supposed to take a year, right? You might be wanting to change that number.
2 years?
Mm.
Jesus. Could you
You'll
imagine?
be,
Watch
you'll
us
be
never
sailing
leave-
the seas.
Next
What if-
session, Julian and Melina are going to be talking about, how we want to go about handling, like, our knowledge of this amulet with the Myriad, and then we're going to be probably talking to the Elder, and then
Yeah.
maybe we'll get lunch and have, like,
Yeah.
a 40-minute shopping session before
Mimosas?
we actually go.
We'll stop and have mimosas.
Tarask shows up in Jigo out of nowhere. Oh.
Oh my
Shit.
god.
Galvin still needs armor, right?
Galvin does need armor.
Elixir,
Galvin-
spirit.
You go to the Helcom Stelter again
Palm,
and just
Palm
like he
regretting
gets
stealing
jailed.
Galvin's money and armor without providing.
I
Galvin a way
didn't
to
steal
get-
shit. You paid for information
stole
and you
it.
got it. By the
You
way,
stole
as you train outside, you see a barrel top wagon being pulled by what looks like be like a giant fucking beetle or some shit. And at the end of the wagon is a fucking Elia, and he's like giving you a smile and a wave, and he's like, "You ready to go, buddy?" Still owe me an escort.
He's Elijah.
Yeah.
Right, it's the day to
Oh, I
leave.
do also want to talk to them.
Anyways, I do
Yeah.
have
We
to
also-
go. So good
You
night.
also want to go to
everybody.
the
Yeah.
Sundry place too.
Well,
you must.
good night, guys.
Good night.
I have so much
definitely
stuff.
probably
We're good.
see you
I
guys
so
in
much
our-
stuff I want to do in Jigga. We might not even leave next session. We might not.
That's what RP chat is for.
I'm
Wow.
kidding. We'll do. I'm kidding. Yeah, we'll use RP chat. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good
Yeah, have a
night.
good one, man.
Hopefully you had fun. All right.
Oh, I really did. It was a lot of fun.
Coolio.
That was a
That's
good
great.
one.
All right.